We are live at Gerald Williams Bulldogs Stadium. It is Jeff and Levi with you. We will have the coaches show in just a moment. We talked to Coach Ashcraft yesterday. We'll have that for you coming up in just a second here. Thrilled to be here once again, Levi. We start season number 17. You start another year as our color commentator. Great to have you. Let's talk about this team for just a moment before we hear from Coach Ashcraft.
So excited. The summer is lonely without you, Jeff.
Thank you.
I am excited. Excited is the word because I just don't know what I'm going to see tonight.
Yep.
I think I'm going to see some great things out of this Conway offense and defense throughout the year, but man, until you get that first snap, you just never know, and I'm excited to see what they do.
And the Wampus Cats are looking for revenge. They opened the season a year ago with a home loss, 37-30, to this Springdale Bulldogs squad. All right, let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have our interview yesterday with Coach Clint Ashcraft, the Coach Clint Ashcraft Show. Then we'll come back here live to Northwest Arkansas, moments away from kickoff on Conway Corp Channel 5.
Your life is about to change forever, and Conway Regional will be with you every step of the way. We're committed to being the best. That's why our OBGYNs won't deliver anywhere else. Your newborn will benefit from our groundbreaking nursery alliance with Arkansas Children's Hospital. And as you adapt to the new world that's in front of you, know that everyone at Conway Regional is all on the same team. Yours. One team, one promise, Conway Regional.
Welcome to the Coach Clint Ashcraft Show. I'm Jeff Matthews, joined by Coach Ashcraft, and we're at the Conway Regional Health and Fitness Center. The start of the 2017 Wampus Cat football season begins at Springdale. Coach, let's talk about your team. We visited a couple of weeks ago for the preseason show. How are things going the last few weeks preparation-wise?
It's been good. You know, the weather's been really good. I think our guys are, there's a sense of excitement. I think they're really fired up to get out and play, and I think this senior class is kind of out to kind of redeem themselves a little bit. So like I said, it's been really fun so far, and it's been a good group to be around.
2 off seasons in a row, Andrew Rhea has won the starting quarterback job. Last year, broken collarbone took him out of that slot, but he's won the job again. Yeah,
he's done a great job. You know, he re-injured himself in baseball season, missed some time there, and you know, he and Giovanni will both play. And I think they're fans of each other. If you watch them, pay attention to them, they want the other one to do good, so that's a good thing, and they both bring a little different element to the table, so it'll be fun.
Watching Stakeout a couple of weeks ago, there was one number that I kept watching. I finally pulled my phone out and looked, and it was Nick Richmond, number 14. He's got a good set of hands.
Yeah, Nick, you know, another two-sport guy, football, basketball guy, great speed, great hands. He's really done a great job and continues to get better every week.
Let's talk about the other side of the football. The defensive line had to be replaced, but there's a familiar name that's going to be in the middle there, Zach Friedel.
Yeah, you know, we moved Zach down. You really want somebody in the middle of an odd front defense that's going to demand 2 guys to block, and Zach's one of our strongest kids, if not the strongest kid, and he's kind of got a tenacity about him. He's relentless up front, so he's really done well there, and he's handled it pretty good, and I think he's enjoying it.
The other change there is Jackson Freeman's moving up to the linebacker spot.
Yeah, Jackson's real physical, real aggressive, and you know, we lost Logan Camp last year, and we thought Jackson could really fill in there nicely, and he presents or gives us an opportunity to play some man coverage because he's done that in the back end, so that's opened some doors for us coverage-wise.
We're excited to get on the field with somebody else. Let's talk about Springdale. What does Zach Clark have this year?
They're pretty good. I mean, they've got an improved offensive line. They're pretty good-sized guys.
Yeah.
Quarterback's back, running back's back, leading receivers back. And then defensively, you know, they got the kid, Nichols kid, going to Arkansas. Mm-hmm. He's a chore. He's going to be a handful.
Well, we're excited to get going. I know you are too.
Yeah, ready to do it.
Looking forward to the new season. We will kick it off in just a few moments from Springdale.
Fitness is about so much more than exercise. It's a catalyst for positive change, and it affects every aspect of your life. Conway Regional Health and Fitness Center is your source for comprehensive, medical-based health and fitness programs. Dedicated to improving the wellness of those within our community, we offer something for everyone in the family. Conway Regional Health and Fitness Center, over 20 years of health and wellness in our community.
And welcome back to Gerald Williams Bulldog Stadium. We are moments away from kickoff as the captains for tonight's game are at midfield, about to head out. Representing the Wampus Cats, Nathan Turner, Logan White, Michael George, and Zach Friedel. Two of those young men were a part of our Conway Regional Health System preseason show a couple of weeks back. Had a chance to talk to them. When we talked to Zach, he was going to be a linebacker.
Yeah.
Since then, he has moved up, and he will be over the football. He has got that nose guard slot. You heard us talk to Coach Ashcraft about that a moment ago. Thank you so much for watching tonight. We are thrilled that you're with us live on Channel 5 and 585 on Conway Corp Cable. Also online, go to conwaycorp.com/WC2Go. And if you're watching tonight, tweet at us, use the hashtag WC2Go. At 5 Sports Live is the Twitter handle. We would love for you to let us know that you're out there tonight. All right, Levi, their captains are out there. We're just a few moments away. What are some things you'll be watching tonight as we get started?
I have a few, I don't want to call them worries, maybe concerns.
Okay.
Maybe both of those things are too strong. I haven't decided yet, but some things to watch out for tonight. Number one, we've got to establish the ground game. Andrew Rhea is back. Starting at quarterback, of course, started last season before going out to with injury in week 2. So I want to see that ground game with Michael George, get in there and just give Rhea a chance to relax, make some throws. Number 2, got to find a way to neutralize Isaiah Nichols. If you don't know who Isaiah Nichols is, just look at the screen out there. You could probably guess which one he is. He's the tallest one out there, all right?
About a head taller than everybody else.
He's a big guy. That dude, as the Springdale TV crew calls him. Got to find a way to neutralize him so we can get the ground game going and have the pass protection in place. And then number 3, our defense, we need to create some pressure tonight on the road, get at Springdale early. And you mentioned Friedel. I think moving him down to the defensive line is going to be a good thing for Conway and getting some pressure on the quarterback tonight. Because there were some questions coming into the preseason show about our defensive line. I think moving Friedel down definitely helps with that area.
Kane, Aaron, and Jordan Doby will start on either side of Zach Friedel. And the Wampus Cats are making their way to the north end zone. Wait, let me get my directions right. Yes, that is the north end zone. It's the first time we've ever been to a stadium here, but fortunately the sun is in the same spot it always is. So I know that's west, so that must mean north. And here come the Wampus Cats, your 2017 Cats. Last year, such a tough year, Levi. Started 0-5, had that huge win on the road at Cabot. Ended up with 4 victories, including a playoff win at home against Rogers before going and losing to Fayetteville, the eventual state champions, in a game just a little bit down I-49 here. This Springdale team, they won 4 games last year after winning 2 games the year before. Last year's team rocked with tragedy. Kyler Williams, their all-state wide receiver who we saw play. When he played us, he wore number 3. When he played us, he actually wore a different number to honor a teammate who had died in the offseason. Little did they know, just a few weeks later, they would lose Kyler in a car accident. And they played the rest of last year for him with very, very, very heavy hearts. This would be an opportunity for them to come out. His photo, Kyler Forever Strong, is just beyond where they just ran out of the tunnel. His presence is felt here, and it's an important part of what they do here. Zach Clark, still the head coach, former Razorback and UCA Bear, is the head coach over across the way.
Yeah, Springdale really looked primed for a great season after that week one win in Conway, and then you mentioned the tragedy, just never could recoup after losing such a dynamic player on the field.
This is actually going to be the third year in a row that the teams have played one another. It was in the playoffs 2 years ago when Conway defeated Springdale that night 42-7, handled them pretty easily. Then in last year at the opening of the season, 37-30, Springdale got the win there. So the series is tied at a game apiece.
That's way back when they had white helmets.
Yes, that's right.
2 years ago, way
That's
back
right.
when.
Springdale wore their white helmets. But it's fun to be here. If you follow high school football at all, you might recognize the fencing that's around the stadium here. For years, I've seen highlights of games in this place, and I've always noticed that very recognizable plastic white fencing that encircles the stadium. You can see there at the bottom and also across the way a little bit. But it is a nice crowd. It is a nice night, and the Wampus Cats are going to have the football first as the offense will take the field with the Springdale Bulldogs kicking off. Handling the kicking is Jesus Barosa. He will kick off for Zach Clark's Bulldogs. These Wampus Cats ready to go, ready to hit somebody else. They've been hitting each other for a while. And as the calendar turns to September, they are set and ready to go. Barosa will kick off for Springdale. Everybody on their feet in the visiting stands and across the way, the home stands as well. And we are underway with the 2017 season. Got to pick it up. Big special teams play deep inside the Wampus Cat territories. Darnell Washington, he picks it up after it bounces around a couple of times. Doesn't pick up much yardage. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Wampus Cats.
It's one of the hard parts of that kick, you know, that little, not really a squib kick, but definitely not full distance in the air. It's a hard thing to field, and Darnell Washington just got caught in between a bounce there.
Andrew Rhea starts at quarterback. He stands at the goal line. Michael George behind him. L.J. Hansberry gets the start at center. Lance Rogers and Keandre Clay are next to him at the guard spots, and Nathan Turner and Thomas Cloyd, a couple of seniors, they anchor the outside as the tackles. Before we get started, there's a whistle and referee pointing to the corner of the end zone, trying to get something, either a gate closed or I'm not sure what they're trying to do. The athletic director for Springdale, Wayne Stellick, is out standing in the end zone talking to the referee.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's an odd, not sure what that was all about, but they're ready to get started. Will McKenna and Joe Thomas and Nick Richmond are the three receivers to the near side, and Chris Anderson getting the start at the H-back tight end position, the position that we saw Jack Pillow play so well the past 3 years. Jack beginning his collegiate season earlier in the week as Ouachita Baptist played on Wednesday night. Cats 1st and 10 from Springdale. Low snap, and Andrew Rhea picks up a couple of yards. So the first snap of the offensive drive, the first series, doesn't start off well. A little miscommunication, some nerves there. A couple of yard gain at 2nd down and 8. And already Giovanni Johnson will come on to the field. We knew that we would see both quarterbacks, and along with Johnson is Will Kennedy.
You know, that was the interesting piece I picked out of that coach's show with Coach Ashcraft mentioning both quarterbacks would play.
2 plays in, both quarterbacks have played. Giovanni Johnson, Jr., 6'4", 195-pounder, started the last half of the season, and he will run the football. Runs over Thomas Cloyd to the right. We'll get to about the 8-yard line. It will be 3rd down, and here comes Andrew Rhea and Michael George again.
Not quite the start you would want. Your first 2 plays.
And that's why you're the professional.
Yeah, I know, right? I get to point out things like that.
Well said. Third down. 3rd and 7. Rhea will look to throw. To the corner, looking for Nick Richmond, and got him. Nick Richmond impressed me during the stakeout, and he ran a great route out of bounds the 23-yard line. 1st and 10, Wampus Cats.
Best part about that play, you mentioned the great route, but the hands just out there, so nice and easy, pulls that ball in. Hopefully now, let's see Michael George. Let's get him a carry.
Jace Carey got the stop. It is 1st and 10, and Giovanni Johnson back in. They'll keep us on our toes, Levi, with this rotation, and Johnson's going to run. Does to the right side, spins at the 25-yard line, brought down at the 27. Isaiah Nichols brings him down, and Giovanni Johnson gets up talking to him. That's a junior talking to the future Razorback, Isaiah Nichols. Good to see a little spunk there from Giovanni Johnson.
Yeah, Johnson not afraid.
Not at all.
A little helmet-to-helmet contact there on that play.
Number 93 is who we were talking about for the Bulldogs. That's Isaiah Nichols. At 16 Division I offers and chose to go down the highway. He'll play for the Razorbacks. Number 93 set just to the near side of the ball. Rhea to George. Dropped at the 25-yard line by Nichols.
Uh-oh.
Some pushing. A little extracurricular activity there. Gage Hartsfield mixing it up a little bit, and we'll see if he gets the penalty or if the Bulldog gets the penalty. It will be called against the Bulldogs. So a personal foul called on Springdale. That's going to give Conway some additional yardage out to the 42-yard line. And it'll be 1st and 10 from the 42.
Nice break for Conway. Wampus Cats keeping their cool there. It's had a rough start these last few plays, to put it mildly. But way to keep their cool and just let Springdale do the talking.
Rhea back in. George behind him. L.J. Hansberry with the snap. Rhea standing up tall. Goes down at the 35-yard line. Isaiah Nichols gets through and makes the sack.
That's a challenge that Conway's going to face all night tonight. As good as Keandre Clay is, it's going to be hard to block him one-on-one tonight. And not gonna have time for some 5-step drops.
Brooks Hollingsworth, the longtime coach, coaching the offensive line, out there talking to his guys. Hansberry, Rogers, and Clay. Turner, Cloyd. Some movement. They're going to call it a false start. We got Nick Richmond for it. So it's still 2nd down. Wampus Cats have to cross midfield to pick up a first. 2nd down and 22. You've got Richmond, Thomas, and McKenna to the top. Rhea and George in the backfield. It'll be a Rhea to throw on 2nd down. Slings it to the side. Good catch made by Nick Richmond. 2 throws and 2 catches to Richmond. And it's going to be 3rd down and 10.
Jeff, I got to give credit where credit's due, all right? You did mention it in our little pregame meeting this week.
Yes.
You were talking all about Richmond.
I was very impressed with him, very impressed. He was the one name of this wide receiving core that I wasn't familiar with. Of course, in the past we've had Will McKenna and even some Will Kennedy, and Joe Thomas had a great year last year. So you knew some of these names. Did not know that name, but he's been good so far. Roman Aaron is on the field, number 10. And Rhea looks right, looking for him. Overthrows him. There is no flag. It was 3rd down and 9. Now it is 4th down. Let's say 4th and 10 according to the scoreboard.
There was a little pulling. Aaron was his jersey was getting pulled just
a little bit,
just
yeah.
a little, but.
So Will Kennedy is going to handle the punting duties. So some shades of some positive things. Not enough to keep the ball in the hand of the Wampus Cats, and they'll be forced to punt it away. Kennedy kicks, taken at the 25-yard line. Good special teams tackle made. That stop is made by Darius Washington, the brother Darnell Washington. Good stop made. And it will be 1st and 10. First time we'll see the Springdale offense. It was Alex Thompson on the return. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. We are live tonight from Springdale. Thank you so much for joining us back in Conway. Hope you're having a good evening. Channel 5 and 585 in HD on Conway Corp Cable and online at conwaycorp.com/WC to go. If you're watching us tonight back home, be sure and head to conwaycorp.com/WC to go. Click on the Watch Party tab. You can find out how you can win dinner for you and a bunch of friends to watch the Cats next month when they make the trip to Fort Smith to take on Northside. On 1st down, it's a run to the right, and Zach Friedel gets through there. You talked about the importance of Zach at nose guard. He makes a stop.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, we had questions about the defensive line. No returning starters there, but the back 8, just so much returning from last year's team. But Coach Ashcraft making the move, putting Friedel, who on paper looks a little undersized at that position, but he's probably the strongest player on the team. He can more than hold his own on at nose tackle.
Jordan Dobie and Kane Aaron are next to him. Hutchins throws incomplete. It is 3rd down and 10. And Tyler Banks had his eyes on a pick there. Couldn't come up with it as it goes past him. But it is 3rd down and 10. The Wampus Cats secondary, that familiar motion where they've got their fingers in the air and doing the money sign. I think that's a money sign. Remind me to ask a young person if that's what that means. Or they could probably tweet at us if they're watching right now. Is that what that means? Money? I know it's what my kids, that's what, like, Dad, I hear the ice cream man. Money.
Right, exactly.
7:10 to play in the first quarter. There is no score. 3rd down and 10. Hutchins looking to throw over the middle. Tipped, and it falls incomplete. 3 and out for this Wampus Cat defense. Matt Lloyd, he got a hand on it, and it's 4th down.
I know Coach Ashcraft is so glad to have senior Matt Lloyd back on the football team this year. He's been playing baseball the last few years and focusing on that. And I love it when seniors come back to, in their final season. What else are they going to do in the fall?
Might as well play some football.
Baseball's a long way away.
Will Kennedy back deep to receive. He'll be joined by Jackson Freeman, up just a little bit short of him. 7:04, the clock stops with the incomplete pass.
Will Kennedy, I don't know if he's left the field in the last
He won't
5
leave
minutes.
the field often, no. Springdale forced to punt. That is Barroso. Will pointing it out, making sure nobody touches it. It's going to be down at the 20-yard line. Touchdown by Jaden Cornelius, and the Wampus Cats back on the field, 1st and 10. Start of the 2017 season tonight. Home next week against a really good Jonesboro team. And then we'll make the trip back up here in 2 weeks against Bentonville. Again, all road games. Thanks to our friends at Conway Regional Health System, all road games and all Wampus Cat football is brought to you. The road games live, the home games, the tape delay like we've always done them. Love to see you out at John McConnell Stadium next Friday night. But we're glad we can make the trip up here for you and bring the game back. Andrew Rhea back on the field, 1st and 10. If you were not with us earlier, he and Giovanni Johnson sharing time at quarterback, which is what we heard would happen. We just didn't think it would happen on the first few snaps, and it did. There's Michael George, Levi. We've been talking about him, and he gets to the 30. It's going to be enough for a 1st down. It is 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
And, Jeff, I'd be lying if I said I didn't want to see more of that, because that's pretty much what I want to see all night, as much as possible.
More Michael George.
More Michael George.
Yes.
Feed him the ball. Just keep feeding him.
Giovanni Johnson in. He will be in the backfield by himself. Will Kennedy is to the near side. 3 wide outs to the far side. Chris Anderson in at tight end. Quick out to Kennedy. Will looking for room. Puts his shoulder down. Reaches out close to the 40-yard line. They're going to say he stepped out at the 37. It will be 2nd down. Now this Wampus Cat offense is starting to click a little bit.
I mean, seriously, Will Kennedy came in on the last 3rd down play of the first possession.
Right.
Then he punted. Then he was on defense. Then he returned a punt. Man of many talents.
I don't know. I don't think he has a CDL, so he'll get to sleep on the bus on the way back. Other than that, I'm sure he would have been fine to drive it home. 6:02. Glad that you are with us. Unfortunately, our clock is not working tonight, so that's why you see that big empty space there at the top of your screen. We'll give you the time as we go. 6:02. Clock running now under 6 minutes in the first quarter. Snap to Giovanni Johnson. Giovanni up the middle. Crosses the 45, and he is brought down at the 47-yard line. 1st and 10, Wampus Cats.
It has been interesting seeing this 2-quarterback system, just 2 possessions in. But the thing is, if you're Springdale's defense, you can't really just assume that if Giovanni's in, that it's going to be a run play.
Right.
Because he's got an arm just like Rhea does. So it presents interesting challenges for the defense.
4 wide outs for Johnson here. 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. No score from Springdale. Johnson, quick out to Kennedy. Makes the catch, steps out of bounds, short gain. 2nd down upcoming. Tackle made by Sebastian Barranco.
The other thing it does is it allows you to mix things up enough that you can somewhat neutralize that presence of Nichols up in the middle, because you just don't know exactly what Conway's going to do.
Isaiah Nichols, number 93, future Razorback, set up right across from Keandre Clay. In the game, Slade Smith, number 85. He's the H-back, set up right behind Thomas Cloyd. Rhea will hand off to George. Michael George falls forward to the 45-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down and short. Tell you what, that offensive line, once they got into a little bit of a rhythm here, you could see some very, very positive things that they're going to be able to do here. It is 3rd down and 1. Be the first time that we've seen the Rhino formation, if they choose to go to that. This is what they've done traditionally in the past, and they will here as Andrew Rhea, the quarterback, will set up to the far side. The direct snap will go to Michael George. 3rd down and 1. George gets it to the 40-yard line. 1st and 10, Wampus Cats. The Cats are rolling right now.
The thing I love about George, and you saw it there on that play, is how long he gets when he's touched. I mean, when that contact comes, he just extends, and those legs just power through. He's so strong. I mean, you can't arm tackle this guy.
Christian Wise on the stop. 4.5 minutes to play in the first quarter. Andrew Rhea back in, 1st and 10. Rhea looking left. Throws for the corner of the end zone. In and out of the hands. Joe Thomas. First time that the Wampus Cats have looked at Thomas tonight. He had it in the, well, not the corner of the end zone, but in the corner alone where he could have stepped into the end zone, but unable to haul it in. Good throw from Rhea. It's 2nd down and 10.
And you're going to have more opportunities for that tonight for both quarterbacks. Is this Springdale secondary relatively young?
Young secondary and experienced quarterbacks. Neither one of these quarterbacks are playing their first snaps on Friday night, and that's huge.
That's nice.
Yeah. 4:18 to go. The clock stopped with the incomplete pass. Johnson will look and throw down the seam. Over the fingertips of Nick Richmond. It is 3rd down and 10. Brian Rainey dialing up a couple of long pass plays in a row.
Here's where things get a little bit challenging for Conway in these 3rd and long situations. Because you got to get a, mid-size, mid-range, deep pass. And you just don't have enough time to waste back there.
Brennan Clark and Chris Patterson check in. Clark, 5'8" senior running back, sets up behind Rhea. Patterson, the H-back, to the far side. Whistle, and might have been a delay, and it sure was. So the penalty will back up the Wampus Cats 3rd and 15.
It's also challenging because you're at a point of the field where if you get enough yardage on this 3rd down play,
got to think about.
Yeah, it might not be out of the realm of possibility to go for it on 4th. Be back another 5 yards, changes things up a little bit.
That's right. Third down and 15. Rhea. Good protection and throws. Richmond with the catch at the 40-yard line. Looking for the edge, gets close to the 30. We're at a weird angle, so I'll be honest, I don't know if he got it or not. Coach Ashcraft is holding up one finger like he got it. They'll mark it. Just short. He was holding up one for a yard. 4th and a yard. So most likely back to the Rhino. Levi, you said it. If they get enough, they can try to go for it. And they needed 15, they got 14. Nick Richmond, another catch tonight, looking good. The Rhino to Michael George. Right between the guards over L.J. Hansberry. And we'll wait for the official to signal a first down. Or, there it is, first down. Move the chains for the Wampus Cats. The drive continues.
That's the thing about the Rhino. Pretty efficient.
It is pretty efficient. I was waiting to see what you were going to say. If it was a concern or a worry, neither of those things. It's just efficient.
Can I be honest with you, Jeff? Sometimes I'm waiting to see what I'm going to say as well. No.
3:45 to go. The clock is running in the first quarter. No score, and the Wampus Cats driving, picking up a 4th down there. Rhea. Quick throw to Richmond. Nick pulls it in, spins, and the official saying that he had him by the collar of the jersey instead of by the face mask, and it sure looked like he was around the face mask, but the official was a lot closer than we are.
Heads don't really go that way.
Not generally,
unless they're guided.
They're
Not
guided.
so gently.
Right. Coming up on 3 minutes to play, first quarter.
But another great catch by Richmond, and more than that, the move to try and cut inside and get just a few more yards.
5-yard gain. Clark, not a lot of room to run on the left side. Isaiah Nichols brings him down. Trey Tolbert also.
Is that our first look at Clark tonight?
Yeah. It was in earlier, but the first time to run the ball. Trey Tolbert in on the tackle. We learned about him tonight that he works as a dishwasher.
Yes, we
at the
did.
place we had dinner.
And
and apparently a good dishwasher.
Yeah, highly recommended.
Yeah, from what we heard. 3rd down and 6. Rhea, reverse. Richmond fumbles the football, somehow gets it back, and then he is brought down forcefully by Harrison Vasquez. That could have easily been a turnover. Instead, it's going to be 4th down and a lot. Good job by Richmond to come up with it.
Yeah, lucky break for Conway as there was a Springdale defender just
It
right
looked
there.
like Nichols. Yeah, I think it was right underneath Nichols.
Just right there waiting for that ball.
So from the 36-yard line, it's 4th down and 11, and the Cats will leave the offense on.
It's just kind of no man's land.
Defense played great the time they were on the field, so might as well go for it. You've picked up some yardage, and you've had some passes dropped, so you can move the ball down the field through the air if you need to. Rhea looks left, gets away from the pressure, throws complete to Nick Richmond. Nick tight ropes along the far sideline. I know I'm stretching out my words, and it sounds like it doesn't make any sense. It's not going to be enough for a 1st down. We are very, very low to the ground, so the angles that we have are a little tough to tell if he picks up enough for the 1st down. Pushed out about the 24-yard line, so it is not enough for a 1st. But the Wampus Cats definitely showed some signs of life there with this 2-quarterback system and changing things up a little bit, trying to find something that'll work.
And a long drive for Conway.
Yes.
Time of possession in this 1st quarter has been pretty much all Conway.
Minute 25 to go in the 1st quarter, and Springdale just taking their 4th offensive snap so far. And absolutely nowhere to run. Look at that. We got 11 Wampus Cats in the frame.
That's the value of putting Friedel right there in the middle is you get that experience on the defensive line, and he's just so strong. No one's going to be able to block him one-on-one.
That's right.
He's just way too strong for that, and he's quick, so he can get into those lanes and just cause havoc.
Zach Friedel, number 55, linebacker in the past, one of the captains tonight, one of the real leaders of this team. Fusilier with a huge hit on Hutchins just as the ball is being released. Nice catch made by Alex Thompson, but that is going to hurt some ribs.
I'm trying to catch my breath, as I also assume Hutchins is doing the same thing.
3rd down and 3, final 30 seconds of the 1st quarter. It has been a scoreless 1st quarter from Springdale. Lane Hutchins, returning starter at quarterback for Zach Clark. He has Garrett Vaughn behind him. Kamon Robinson and Alex Thompson. We had a lot of chance to talk about their offense. They haven't been on the field very much. Timeout called by Springdale with 9 seconds to play in the 1st quarter. We'll take it with the teams on the field. 30-second break, and we're back on Conway Corp Channel 5. Nine seconds remain in the 1st quarter. There is no score. 3rd down and 3. I want to remind you once again about our new web page. It's conwaycorp.com/WC2go. That's where you can watch all the streams of the games there live. Also, the replays are there live. You can also watch games from the last 2 seasons that we've done Wampus Cats to Go. You can watch the 2015 and 2016 games on that same spot. Hutchins rolls out on 3rd down, pressured, throws, knocked away. Great defensive play by Roman Aaron, and a flag comes in. That was a late flag. I looked down to see make sure number 10 was Roman Aaron, because there's Kane Aaron as well. So I want to make sure I had the name right. And when I looked up, there were flags on the field. It's going to be offsetting penalties. So they'll replay the down. 3rd down and 3.
Meanwhile, Hutchins is still trying to peel himself off the turf. 2 plays in a row, he is taking a huge hit.
Yeah, that inexperienced offensive line. A couple of guys that did not play at all starting for Zach Clark. And this 3-man front for the Wampus Cats are having their way right now. 3rd down and 3, replaying the down. Flag and a timeout. Zach Clark's going to take another timeout here in the last 9 seconds of the quarter.
9 seconds is taking longer than the rest of the quarter.
We'll take 30 seconds and come back on Conway Corp Channel 5.
Helton's Wrecker U-Haul has the service you need. Whatever the automotive problem, Helton's has the diagnostics to repair it. If you're moving across town or across country,
2 seconds remain in the first quarter. And again, as I was mentioning, the new webpage we have, conwaycorp.com/WC to go. There you can watch the streams, but also the information there about the watch party that we're going to have, and the information about the games we've done in the last couple of years with Conway Regional Health System, helping us as we've done Wampus Cats to Go now for the start of our 3rd year. And so all those games there. It's been fun for me as I've kind of built that page to relive those last couple of years, even the tough games. And there were a few of them.
A few.
There were quite a few of them, yeah. Some that didn't go our way.
Yeah, last year especially.
That's right. First half of last year.
I did check out the page on the way up here.
Oh, yeah?
You did a great job.
I think they gave me the password, and I went to town. 3rd down. Garrett Fusilier. Ball hit him in the hands before he could really even realize it was there. And so it'll be 4th down and 3, and we have come to the end of the first quarter. No score from Springdale tonight. The second quarter is coming up next. We'll take a 60-second break here. 60 seconds, and we're back on Conway Corp Channel 5.
Helton's Wrecker U-Haul has the service you need. Whatever the automotive problem, Helton's has the diagnostics to repair it. If you're moving across town or across country, Helton's is your #1 choice for U-Haul in Conway. We have a wide selection of packing supplies for every aspect of your move. Also, we sell and install hitches. Call 327-4696 for a quote. At Helton's Wrecker U-Haul, we are always on our toes. Give us a call at 327-7681.
Welcome back to Gerald Williams Bulldog Stadium on the campus of Springdale High School. No score, and it's 4th down and 3 upcoming for the Springdale Bulldogs. Look at some of the first quarter stats. Levi, anything stand out to you?
Yeah, I mean, the ground game and passing game both have been there for Conway. As Michael George, 19 yards on 5 rushes. Giovanni Johnson, 13 yards on 3 attempts. And then the real star in the receiving game's been your boy Nick Richmond, 5 receptions for 59 yards.
Punt by Barroso is picked up by Will Kennedy, and he is brought down at the 36-yard line. The most important thing there is he held onto the football, and the Wampus Cats will have it 1st down and 10. 1st and 10.
And you look at both quarterbacks, both completing a high percentage of their 7 of 10.
Well, and I'll tell you, Joe Thomas will be the first one to tell you that Rhea should have another completion because that ball was dropped. It was right on the money. So, yeah, good start. There's no points on the board, but a good start for this new hybrid offense. You've got 2 very, very capable quarterbacks with experience. It just rarely happens on Friday Night Football. Johnson, the junior of those 2 capable quarterbacks, spins at the 39-yard line and is pushed back.
Well, it's funny because we've talked about it a lot during the summer of, who's the quarterback going to be? And we both, we could go either way. I mean, we had arguments for both, and it's funny that we think it that we thought it had to be one of them.
Right. And they didn't think that way, and I'm glad that they didn't, because through the first quarter, they seem to be handling it well. They're sharp when they come in. They're prepared when they come in. The packages are there. This is just what they've done in the offseason.
That's the thing about Ashcraft. He's a wily guy when you look him in the eye. He's got schemes.
2nd down and 7, 11 minutes and 10 seconds to play in the second quarter. Pass complete. Nick Richmond with the catch out to the 41-yard line. They'll give him that far. Rhea's pass complete, and actually give him the 42-yard line. So it will be 3rd down. 3rd down and 5. Correction, 3rd down and 3. 10 minutes and 40 seconds to play in the first half. Live tonight from Springdale. First time the Wampus Cats have played at Gerald Williams Bulldog Stadium. 3rd down and 3. Rhea and George in the backfield. 3 wide receivers to the near side. Rhea looking for Will McKenna. And there is all kinds of contact happening right in front of us. And everybody's looking for which official is going to call it. As it turns out, neither official called it. And it's going to be 4th down. 4th down and 3 with 10 minutes to play in the first half.
You don't usually see the offensive players receive the stiff arm, but that's exactly what happened.
It's a very good point, yes.
To McKenna on that route. And we have to be careful because our crowd mic is hanging literally in the middle of the crowd.
It is.
I don't know if we've mentioned that, but we're in the stands tonight.
Yeah, we're in the stands tonight. Even though I know you can see a big press box over there, we're of the people, Levi.
Hey, it's a beautiful night to start September.
Absolutely.
Beautiful night for football. And I feel more comfortable being amongst our people, like you said.
10 minutes and 2 seconds to play. It's 4th down and 3. And Garrett Fusilier is going to be on to punt. There's lots of movement. We'll see if it's enough to get the 5 yards.
I guess Will Kennedy had better things to do. Didn't need to come out and punt again.
And it will be against Spring. Oh, they're going to call it against the Wampus Cats.
I don't think they know that.
They don't know that. And that's what Coach Ashcraft is asking. What call is that? And he wants a timeout.
Oh, he's
Yeah, Coach Ashcraft is not happy whatsoever. Okay, now the official. We'll keep it here for just a moment. Good shot by our camera crew there. Coach Ashcraft just walking off the screen. I wanted to talk it over.
He demands an explanation. On the way up here, you had me all the way in the back.
I did. You were in the 3rd row.
Which is fine.
I know.
But I was perusing YouTube, and there was a video I saw that it was called Early Celebrations in Sports. That's kind of what happened there.
Yep.
They thought it was going to go for them, and they were celebrating.
That's right.
But I wish we had a mic on Coach sometime.
Sometimes not. So it's 4th down and 8. And now Garrett Fusilier will punt. And Giovanni Johnson out there is the short man, the 6'4" short guy. And a good punt taken by Alex Thompson. Ooh, what a hit! Loose ball! Loose ball picked up inside the 5-yard line. Coming up with it. That is B.J. Jones. B.J. Jones picks up the muffed punt, and he gets inside the 5-yard line, and the Cats. There's a flag on the play. Flag on the play, so hold everything. There's a replay of it.
Great job by the special teams there, swarming on the Springdale receiver. And then the state of mind for Jones there, he was on the turf, somehow found a way to get up quickly, scoop that thing up, and he had one thing on his mind. He didn't quite get there, but he was dang close.
Huge hit. Good special teams. They're actually offsetting personal fouls, so the ball's going to stay right where it is. That's inside the 5-yard line of the Wampus Cats. Chance to get on the board first. 9 minutes and 47 seconds to go. It'll be 1st and goal in the second quarter. They'll put the ball at the 2-yard line. 1st and goal from, actually, the 1-yard line. 1st and goal from the 1. And they'll send Giovanni Johnson out. Not quite the Rhino package, except they will basically run the Rhino package play. And that's Giovanni Johnson right behind L.J. Hansberry and into the end zone. Touchdown, Wampus Cats.
And no helmet, no less. That man is afraid of nothing.
Giovanni Johnson, the junior who started the second half of last season, gets into the end zone, rushing right behind those guards and center, and a great job by the offensive line making some space. And here comes Jordan Wicks on to attempt the extra point. Nick McCune will hold. Jordan, the left-footed kicker. Good snap, good hold, and a kick that goes over the band and through the uprights. And the Wampus Cats, with 9:31 to play in the first half, are on the board first, and they lead 7-0. Back in 30 seconds on Conway Corp Channel 5.
There's a lot to love about the natural state. We should know. Arkansas has been our home since 1932. Since then, First Security has added locations, services, and solutions. And we're still growing. Not outside of the state, but deeper in. We invest in our home, your home, communities, families, and Arkansas businesses. Like you, we're proud of our home state. And we're proud to be only in Arkansas. First Security, only in Arkansas.
There was an injured Springdale Bulldog. Head coach Zach Clark out there helping to check on him. It's Capone Wise. And Jordan Wicks will kick off here.
We thought Conway had a three-man attack in the ground game with, Michael George, Brennan Clark, Kerry McLean. But apparently it's a four-man crew tonight.
Seems that way.
Giovanni Johnson now tied for touches in the ground game. He's had 5 carries, 17 yards. Of course, the score that we just saw.
Jordan Wicks, the 6-foot, 192-pound senior, new to the football team this year. And just like you mentioned Matt Lloyd earlier, coming over from the baseball team, Jordan Wicks is. Jordan has played his college baseball at Kansas State. And he is kicking off and doing a great job for the Wampus Cats. Deep kickoff taken at the goal line, and that's a big-time hit made. It was Ricky Fuller. Gardner on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 with 9:25 to play in the second quarter. 1st and 10 for Springdale. This Wampus Cat defense has been very, very good so far, Levi.
They've been lights out. And, we talked about this some in the preseason show with Coach, is that with all the experience, you also have the potential for more big plays. Last year's team just didn't create a lot of turnovers, but we've seen some huge hits tonight. And, Hutchins has thrown it more to White than he has the red team.
Vaughn on the carry, spins over the 30-yard line, down to the 31. It will be 2nd down. Logan White on the stop. Mentioned Matt Lloyd earlier. Matt was actually 2nd on the depth chart behind Blake Walter, but Blake is not starting. He's dressed out, and he looks to be all right, but I do know that he tweaked an ankle a little bit earlier in the week, and so they've gone with Lloyd at that outside linebacker spot. 2nd down and 3. Pass is incomplete. Roman Aaron was there lined up, ready to take out Alex Thompson, and I think that Thompson heard footsteps.
Well, he's no fool. He's seen what's happened already tonight.
It is 3rd down and 4. 3rd and 4.
And those are the little things that really don't show up on paper, right? Knowing that this team is hard-hitting, and they're there. They're disciplined. They're going to be in the right spot.
B.J. Jones in the game, number 32. Hutchins. Pressure from Lloyd. Pass is complete to Vaughn. Well-designed play. Tyler Banks with the stop, and then a big flag opposite us. You can see it on the screen right about the 38-yard line across the field. So there may be some more yards tacked onto this. Pass was complete to Garrett Vaughn.
And I know it's the first game of the season. Obviously, I know that. But that's one thing I've not been very pleased with tonight is just kind of lack of discipline on both sides of the ball, really.
Yeah. Well, it's like you're so ready to hit somebody different. You're amped up, but you got to be able to dial that back too. I mean, that's the key. So that was a 3rd down and big chance for the Wampus Cat defense. Instead, they pick up the 1st down and they get a lot of extra yards following the penalty, and so Springdale now in Conway territory. 1st down and 10. Hutchins got Jonathan Lopez and Garrett Vaughn behind him, and now Hutchins will step up and change the call. 5 seconds on the play clock. Handoff, near side to Lopez, and he's brought down at the 45-yard line. Short gain.
These linebackers are nuts, man.
They are. Corlin McKinney in the game there, helping with the stop. Now this has become a linebacker factory, and it's been that for a while. They've run this 3-4 defense for quite some time, and it seems like there are 4 good linebackers on the field at any time. And in some cases, you got 5. In a case like this, when you got Zach Friedel playing nose guard. Incomplete pass intended for Kamon Robinson.
That was a little close. Almost a lateral.
It will be 3rd down and 9. 3rd and 9. Will Kennedy bouncing up, heading back to his spot, getting the crowd on their feet. Love being a part of this Wampus Cat family and coming to these road games and having so many fans that are here. And thank you for being back home watching tonight. If you are watching live on Friday night, why don't you tweet at us, 5 Sports Live, or find us on Facebook. We'd love to know that you are watching tonight. Heard from Jesse Wimberly and Lynette Rogers. And thankful to everybody back home watching the game. Bruce Henderson's watching tonight as well. Pass is complete to Kamon Robinson, dropped at the 30-yard line. It will be enough for a 1st down. You can move the chains. 7:59 to play in the first half. 1st and 10.
Credit to Hutchins there. Great read, great pass. Really the only time tonight they've had a chance at a big play.
First and 10. Totten in motion. Tipped. Will Kennedy goes up high. It's definitely a broadcasting cliche. You pick one kid like Will Kennedy and then you say what I'm about to say. But if you were to go to Wikipedia and look up football player, it would be a picture of Will Kennedy.
Big number 9.
Big number 9, okay. Will Kennedy. Just football player. That's all he is.
And credit to this secondary in the linebackers as well. I mean, how many tips have we seen just here in the first half alone?
Matt Lloyd got his hand on one. Will got his hand on that one. 2nd down and 10. I formation. We're running back directly behind. That's Garrett Vaughn in the pistol.
I formation. That was your
back
your
when
day.
I was growing up, right? I know. I know. When the games were in black and white. I remember.
Not
that long.
Quite that bad.
Okay. I'm just glad it was a football term, because a lot of times the first game is littered with baseball and basketball terms too.
Hey, we do the same thing come basketball season.
That is true. That is true.
At least intercepted kind of still applies there.
3rd down and 7. 3rd and 7. Under 7 minutes to play in the first half. The Wampus Cats lead in the season opener, 7-0 over Springdale. Screen pass complete. Zach Friedel tracks him down. It was complete to Cornelius. Jaden Cornelius. And it will be 4th down and a yard according to the scoreboard. 4th and 1 with 6.5 minutes to play in the first half.
A big play there by that Conway defense, recovering to track him down off that screen pass. Fusilier just...
And you talked about, well, Fusilier was there as well, and Friedel tracking him down from the back. You know, he's just got that kind of speed. As a nose guard, it's kind of unheard of. 6 minutes, 10 seconds to play. Handoff right up the middle, and it will be enough for a 1st down. Jonathan Lopez, enough. Clock stops with 6:05 to play. We're halfway through this 2nd quarter, and it's 7-0 in favor of the Wampus Cats.
Yeah, Springdale's flipped the script a little bit here in the 2nd quarter in terms of time of possession. as they've really controlled this quarter with this long drive.
Just under 6 minutes to play. First half. Hutchins is their quarterback. Jonathan Lopez, the running back behind him. And Zach Clark is going to use, nope, there's going to be a delay of game penalty. They are not going to. Well, then there's no timeout called. You better send you guys back out. They did not get a timeout called.
This has been a strange game in terms of communication on the field.
Yeah, kind of a first game for everybody.
Yeah.
It was a 5-yard penalty, so it's first down and 15. Both teams thought there was a timeout called before the play clock ran out, so they ran to their sidelines a little quick. 5 minutes, 20 seconds to play. First down and 15. High snap, Hutchins to Lopez. Lopez will run and be stopped close to the 20-yard line. Gain of about 6. They'll call it second down and 9 officially. Roman Aaron made the stop.
It's been a nice return to football, though.
Yeah,
Beautiful
without
night.
question. Oh, yeah.
Crisp, quick game.
We have had some, it is a quick game. We have had some week ones where it has been brutally hot. It is not the case tonight. It is a beautiful night.
That almost made Levi's list of worries. Just the whole, it's been unseasonably cool.
Hutchins into the end zone. Touchdown. Lane Hutchins. Pass was complete to Jaden Cornelius. And just like that, the extra point is the only thing that's separating the two teams right now.
Got a rogue Springdale fan in our midst.
Yeah, apparently. Somebody
She's
very
wearing
loud.
red.
There's plenty of seats available on the opposite side. I do know that. Maybe she's got some family on this side.
Not much longer.
There won't be family for much longer. 4:39 to play. Hutchins, little flip to Isaiah Nichols, and he is tackled short.
Well, that was bizarre.
Matt Lloyd makes the stop and keeps it a 1-point lead for the Wampus Cats. Very odd what's going on right in front of us between the Springdale fans and all the Wampus Cat fans. All right, 7-6. Cats on top by a point. We'll take 30 seconds and come back. 30-second break. And we're back on Conway Corp Channel 5.
Your life is about to change forever, and Conway Regional will be with you every step of the way. We're committed to being the best. That's why our OBGYNs won't deliver anywhere else. Your newborn will benefit from our groundbreaking nursery alliance with Arkansas Children's Hospital. And as you adapt to the new world that's in front of you, know that everyone at Conway Regional is all on the same team. Yours. One team, one promise. Conway Regional.
DeRosa will kick for Springdale. 4:39 to play. They didn't really go for the extra point. They went for some hybrid. Second time I've used the word hybrid tonight. I'll work on that. Dial that back.
Have you used the word hybrid
I
tonight?
did earlier, talking about the quarterbacks.
Well, that made sense.
It probably didn't make sense there, though.
Ooh.
Big hit on the return, dropped at the 23-yard line. And it is going to be 1st and 10. That is Ricky Fuller.
Not Marquise Pleasant.
No, that is a different number 7. Yeah, you get somebody like Marquise that you call so many times.
It does kind of get stuck in your head.
Yes, it does. Yes,
Like if I see a number 22, I'm going to think Nick Fletcher.
And I'm still going to think Peyton Hillis.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
And there won't, every number 3 is Braylon Smith for a while at least. 4 minutes and 34 seconds to play. Every 15, Jack Pillow. Kind of goes on, especially those last few years, those guys. The ones that play, sophomore, juniors, and seniors.
Yeah.
Down to the 25-yard line, that is Brennan Clark.
Well, this is a big possession here for Conway. 4 minutes, 20 seconds to go here in the half. Good chance for them to make a nice long drive down the field and put this half to bed with another touchdown. 2nd
down and 8. They hurt themselves on that 3rd down play. They allowed them to pick that up within the 15 yards. The defense was kind of had the offense for Springdale on its heels. Andrew Rhea is hit hard as the ball is dropped. It is incomplete. Isaiah Nichols got to him, but the pass was incomplete as his arm was moving forward. It's 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, you talk about that last possession for the defense, and they're going to learn from that.
Oh, yeah.
Right? You're going to learn when you make mistakes like that and give the offense another chance, and ultimately they cash it in. But they've had some breaks tonight. Like, there's another break right there.
3rd down and 8, 3 minutes and 53 seconds to play in the first half. Coming up at halftime, we want to tell you about something very cool that's going to happen in a couple of weeks involving one of the great Wampus Cat teams of all time. We'll let you know more about that at halftime. There will be a timeout called before we get the snap here. So 3rd down and 8, timeout on the field. We will take it with the teams. 7-6, the Conway Wampus Cats leading the Springdale Bulldogs. 30 seconds and we're back on Conway Corp Channel 5.
Steve's Auto Center is Central Arkansas's most reliable auto repair and recovery company. Our state-of-the-art facility in Conway is your one-stop shop for everything automotive. With over 80 years combined experience, our certified technicians are known for expert workmanship and attention to every detail. We also provide the area's very best towing and recovery services. We take great pride in our work, and your satisfaction is 100% guaranteed.
Come to Steve's Auto Center for all your automotive needs.
Just under 4 minutes to play in the first half, and the Wampus Cats are leading 7-6. Thank you to Conway Regional Health System, our sponsor the last few seasons, and we are thankful for our partnership with them again. Fun to shoot our preseason show in their hospital a few weeks back.
That was fun.
Talked to Dr. Roberts and Matt Troop, and to see all of our friends there for a few minutes and talk about the season upcoming. We're thankful for them and all that they do to help us get these games on the air so we can send them back to you in Conway. It's a beautiful drive up here, of course, but if you can't make it, glad to be able to bring the games back to you. 3rd down. Giovanni Johnson kicks it out. Alex Thompson there to push him out of bounds. Looks like he will be short of a 1st down, so 4th down upcoming.
Brennan Clark out on the edge with the block, kind of lost the block there just as Giovanni was coming around.
See the replay here.
He could have held that block, might have gotten to the 1st down. Again, these are all things you kind of work out in your non-conference schedule.
4th down and 3. And Will Kennedy on to punt. Thompson back to receive, lets it go, and it will take a nice Conway bounce to the 23-yard line. There is a flag on the play, a couple of flags on the play actually. Matt Lloyd got down there to down it. See the officials talking it over. But it has turned out to be an absolutely gorgeous night.
Feels great. Oh, that was what I was talking about earlier.
Your worries, your concerns, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it has been unseasonably cool even during, the two-a-days and all of that. That I'm worried we're going to hit a night, especially here in the non-conference schedule, where it's going to be hot.
Yeah.
And I'm
be ready
concerned.
For that.
Yeah,
for them or us?
For them, more. I mean, definitely some for us,
right?
But mostly for them, because I mean, that's what conditioning is all about in those during August and all those two-a-days. It's yeah, of course, it's getting your offense and your defense in and getting everything down, but it's also about conditioning and getting ready for the season. And it's just been kind of a strange summer.
So we had the calls there. They're obviously facing the other way because we're not in the press box. Facing the other way was the official saying that there were 2 calls against the Wampus Cats, a face mask and an unsportsmanlike conduct. So that's going to cost us 30 yards.
I got to stop. This penalties have been huge tonight.
So what was a great punt and field position. Now Springdale with 3.5 minutes to play in the first half. They have got the ball in Conway territory to begin, 1st and 10.
It's a crazy thing about this first half is Conway has been its own worst enemy.
Yes, they have.
A sparse crowd out there.
Yeah, there's not a huge crowd from Springdale here. A little surprising. There's been a lot of excitement about this team coming into tonight.
Mercy.
It's starting to feel like a first game of the season now. Another penalty. It'll be first down and 15.
It's another fun thing about being in the stands. Our crew is in the stands as well, and you get such different angles
Yes.
when you're in the stands.
First down and 15. Hutchins looking to throw. Lane over the middle. A nice catch made by Thompson. He was right behind him, but he reached up and pulled it down. Had 45 catches a year ago. He's their leading returning receiver. He and Kamon Robinson, the two that they'll go to the most. Second down and 5. Hutchins pressured and throwing. Pass is caught.
Really the only time tonight that the Conway defense has been burned. And give credit to Hutchins. Perfect pass, right in stride. Really put it in the only place that Springdale could come down with it.
Kamon Robinson with the catch.
But again, it's these penalties tonight that have put Springdale in positions to get on the board.
Absolutely. Nope, that's 30 yards that they didn't have to work for. Power formation here. First and goal from the 2. Lopez close to the goal line. It will be second down and goal. Ball's at the 1 yard line. Second and goal from the 1. Power formation still in. You see the 2 extra blockers in the backfield. Big hit at the goal line. Not in. Third down and goal. And coming off the field is Darnell Washington holding his arm. He is hurt. Third down and goal. See if they stick to it.
Should be a big stand for this defense.
You'll see the camera start to shake as our cameras are in the stands. Everybody on our side standing and cheering. Third down and goal from the 1. Play clock down to 5. They're in no hurry. And so they will use their last time out here and talk it over. We will take 30 seconds and we'll come back and show you what happens on this big third down and goal play on Conway Corp Channel 5. Third down and goal from the 1 yard line. Wampus got defense. 2 good stops on first and second down. Looking for another stop here. We'll see if Zach Clark continues to go to that power formation and just trying to go up the gut. It hadn't worked yet. Good job by the guys in the middle. Kane Aaron, Jordan Doby, Zach Friedel. Packing that up inside. There was nowhere to go.
We've talked about it all night, but this defensive line, sort of a question mark coming in. They've done a great job tonight.
They've done a great job tonight. All right, it is the same formation. 2 extra blockers in the backfield, right behind Lane Hutchins. Same play, different result. In from a yard out, that is Lopez. Correction, Garrett Vaughn got the rush that time, and he got into the end zone. Springdale takes a 12-7 lead.
See if they go with a more traditional 2-point attempt.
Yeah, no, they did not attempt the extra point. They had this play where, and they're going to have the same setup. Got Isaiah Nichols Now they'll hustle everybody on. I won't pretend to understand why they do that. I guess if you're caught napping, it could be a couple extra points for you. Extra point is good, and it is a 13-7 lead as we approach halftime here. 1:31 to play in the first half. Springdale 13, Conway 7. We'll take 30 seconds and come back on Conway Corp Channel 5.
Fitness is about so much more than exercise. It's a catalyst for positive change, and it affects every aspect of your life. Conway Regional Health and Fitness Center is your source for comprehensive medical-based health and fitness programs. Dedicated to improving the wellness of those within our community, we offer something for everyone in the family. Conway Regional Health and Fitness Center, over 20 years of health and wellness in our community.
Darnell Washington back deep to receive. Will Kennedy there as well.
Be a good time for a nice return.
Without question it would be. Kicking out from the 40-yard line will be Barroso. (13-7). Springdale has taken the lead over Conway. And a line drive kick that will go into the end zone, and the Cats will have it 1st and 10 following the touchback here. So the Wampus Cats have shown definite signs of life offensively, only getting to the end zone once. Hurt themselves with penalties a lot tonight.
This is a scenario where this 2-quarterback system can be interesting because you're in the hurry up.
Yes.
Do you have enough time, or do you just pick one and stick with it?
And if it's going to be one, and it looks like Andrew Rio will get the first shot at it. Michael George in with him. Michael been pretty quiet tonight. Cats trail by 6, 13-7. Ria stands up tall and throws. Complete to Nick Richmond. Richmond makes the catch, is driven out of bounds, and there is no flag for a push out of bounds. That's what everybody on this side was hoping for.
What a pass from Ria that's staying in there. You know he saw Nichols coming. And then another huge catch by Richmond. He has been on fire tonight.
Clock stops with 1:24 to play in the first half. He's pushed out of bounds, 2nd down and 1. Nate Turner and Lance Rogers on the near side next to L.J. Hansberry, who's handling the center duties. Pass complete. Richmond out to the 45-yard line. He's having a great night tonight. Move the chains, 1st and 10 for the Wampus Cats.
He bobbled just a little bit. If he had gotten a clean catch there, he might have been off to the races as Ria gets the ball out quickly. Oh, man, if he could have just cut in.
Ria stands up and throws, looking for Joe Thomas. Got him. Joe Thomas makes the catch. Brought down at the 29-yard line. Move the chains again. The hurry-up offense working well. 1:05 to play in the first half. You called it, Levi. They had to pick one and stick with them, and that's working. Running some great routes, making some great catches. Offensive line giving them time. Looking for Will Kennedy. Will makes the catch inside the 10. Receiver after receiver after receiver.
We had a really good angle on that here in the stands. Will Kennedy, the ball a little underthrown, but he comes back for it. Jumps up above the defender. Great hands from Will Kennedy.
Clock's rolling with 45 seconds to play in the first half. Play clock at 15. Ria in the shotgun with Michael George next to him. Throwing it back. Pick. Ball falls incomplete. There's no flag on the play. The clock stops with 27 seconds to go.
Richmond pleading with the official. And they've let that go all night. I mean, there have been plenty of penalties called on both sides, but they've let the secondary play physically.
27 seconds to play in the first half. Nick Tufu brings the play on. Richmond to the near side. Thomas, one-on-one coverage there to the top. Big Joe Thomas, 6'3", 190-pound senior. Is that where they're going to look? Into the end zone. Catch is made by Nick Tufu. Nick Tufu, the junior, into the game, makes a great catch of a pass from Andrew Rhea. Watch this.
Yeah, smooth rollout, play action, throws in stride, and Tufu didn't even look like, just smooth like butter right into his hands.
Jordan Wicks on to attempt his second extra point of the night. The Wampus Cats have tied it with a great drive quickly down the field. The extra point is good, and the Wampus Cats have retaken the lead 14-13 with 23 seconds to play in the first half. We'll take 30 seconds and come back on Conway Corp Channel 5.
Dang, did you know that Legacy Fencing was voted as the best of the best in Faulkner County? Of course I did. Everybody knows that. Did you know Legacy Fencing is still the best of the best in Faulkner County? Of course I do. Everybody knows that. Some things just don't change.
While most things change, Legacy Fencing continues to be the fencing company that the people of Conway trust.
Legacy Fencing, it's fencing for a lifetime.
Since 1902, Odd Insurance has been protecting what's important.
6-play drive there, going the distance 80 yards.
Wow.
What a throw from Rhea here as we see this play again over the defender. Just perfect placement.
Talking about Thomas before
I
that
thought he
play.
was, yeah. From this angle, it did look like that.
And Tufu rolled out and brought the ball in. First ball he's had thrown to him, makes the catch, and the Wampus Cats have retaken the lead following that great 6-play drive. 14-13. Call a flag or throw a flag, call a penalty. And so they'll back him up 5 yards. Jordan Wicks will have to kick off from the 35-yard line.
A little different look for us with the lefty kicker.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I think I live near Wicks.
Oh, I believe
I've told you that.
Yes, you do.
I take a kind of a strange route to my house.
Yes.
Kind of a back road, and I saw a little sign out on one street, a little football, and Wampus Cat blue, and it said Wicks on it.
We are, near my home, we're frequent shoppers of the Conway online yard sale.
Oh, yes.
And we have actually, it's probably too much information, but I have a dresser.
Okay.
That I think maybe once was in Jordan's bedroom. So I too know where you're talking about. And yes, I believe you do live near him. Fusilier slows him down and makes the stop. Wampus Cats bouncing around now. I kind of hate that the half's coming to an end, showing some life.
I know.
Daryl Parchman, who they are really, really high on with the return of the kick. 17 seconds to play in the first half. Again, coming up at halftime, we will tell you all about this exciting reunion that's scheduled for from one of the better teams of the late.
You got me excited.
I don't want to say too much.
Okay.
I'm just saying there's a big reunion coming up. Remind me to tell you about that.
You don't want to say too much until it's time to say too much.
That's right. Then I will say lots and lots. 17 seconds to go. First half. Hutchins will hand off to Garrett Vaughn. Garrett will be brought down by Garrett Fusilier at the 34-yard line. And that will probably be the end of the first half. And it surely will. Good, entertaining first half of football. We go to halftime. The Conway Regional Health System halftime show is coming up. The Wampus Cats lead Springdale 14-13.
Hi, I'm Dr. Greg Kendrick with Conway Regional Health System. Conway Regional has been an important part of this community since 1938, providing excellent care with skill and compassion. But we're not just a hospital. Let me tell you about some of our fantastic facilities and services. Located off of College Avenue, just a few blocks down from the medical center, Conway Regional After Hours Clinic is equipped to handle a wide variety of problems for patients of all ages. If you need urgent care and it's after work or on the weekend, The Conway Regional After Hours Clinic is open 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Conway Regional After Hours Clinic, your best option for after-hours care. Located on Robinson Avenue next to Laurel Park, the Conway Regional Rehabilitation Hospital is one of only 4 licensed inpatient rehab hospitals in the entire state. Patients are cared for by specially trained staff under the direction of an on-site physician who specializes in rehabilitation medicine. Conway Regional Rehab Hospital, your choice for comprehensive care to bring you one step closer to home.
Fitness is about so much more than exercise. It's a catalyst for positive change, and it affects every aspect of your life. Conway Regional Health and Fitness Center is your source for comprehensive medical-based health and fitness programs. Dedicated to improving the wellness of those within our community, we offer something for everyone in the family. Conway Regional Health and Fitness Center, over 20 years of health and wellness in our community.
With 4 locations in Conway and Greenbrier, some with extended clinic hours, our dedicated team provides therapy services, including physical, speech, and occupational therapy, aquatic therapy, cardiac rehabilitation, sports outreach, and pelvic floor rehabilitation. At Conway Regional, we are committed to providing all of our patients the highest quality of care.
It is halftime from Springdale, 14-13. The Wampus Cats have the 1-point lead following the late touchdown there, Injuria to Nick Tufu. We'll look at all of the first half stats and the scoring summary coming up in just a few minutes. Right now, I wanted to take just a moment. I've teased it enough, but I want to tell you what's going on with this, Levi. This is cool. Jerry Joe Harrison, legendary football coach for the Wampus Cats, he called me this week, and he said, Jeff, I'm Jerry Joe Harrison. You don't know who I am. And I said, well, Coach, I do know who you are. Yes, sir.
I beg to differ.
And so we talked, and what he wanted me to know, and he wanted us to get the word out about, and we're going to do this each of the next few weeks and a couple of times as we're able to, is September 22nd. So September 22nd, which is week 4 of the season, the Wampus Cats are hosting Fort Smith Southside. And that night, the 1977 Wampus Cats are going to have a reunion to commemorate the 40th anniversary of their season. What was special about that season? It was an undefeated regular season. They were the 4A West Conference title champions, and they made a state finals appearance, losing to Benton by 6 points, 13-7 in the state finals. 6 of those games, that 11-game winning streak to begin the year, think how much fun they would have been to watch. 6 of those 11 games were by a field goal or less.
Oh, man.
So thrilling games 40 years ago, and Coach Harrison said, help us get the word out. He said, we've got some old players coming from Florida and Texas and California, and people coming in from all over the country, and he wants to make sure that everybody knows. So if you were a part of that team, or if you know someone who's a part of that team, help us get the word out. September 22nd, that reception will happen at 5 o'clock, and then the entire 1977 team will come across and watch the game together following that evening. So again, that's September 22nd. The 1977 Wampus Cats will have a reunion. Okay, the 2017 Wampus Cats have begun their season tonight. It's a 14-13 lead. The Cats are on top of the Bulldogs. We're going to take a quick break here. When we come back, we'll have the first half highlights. We'll give you some of those scoring stats and the stats as we've got them. Scott Taylor's here with us tonight as always, putting stuff together. We'll do that in just a few minutes. Again, 16 minutes to go right now until we start up the third quarter. We'll be back in just a couple. 14-13. The Cats are on top on Conway Corp Channel 5. All right, 14-13 is our score. Welcome back to halftime at Gerald Williams Bulldogs Stadium. It's Jeff and Levi with you up in the stands tonight, broadcasting the opening game of the season at home next Friday night. So if you're watching this back home live tonight, join us at John McConnell Stadium next week as the Wampus Cats will play host to the Jonesboro Hurricanes. Our broadcast, we'll have our tape-delayed broadcast like we always do of all the home games and everything else. But these road games, we love doing them. Thanks to Conway Regional Health System for making them possible. And we come up here with our, we call it our traveling circus of, it's about 12 of us that make our way into these different high school arena or high school stadiums and arenas during the basketball season, stadiums during the football season, and send these games back to Conway. We love doing it, and we're glad to be able to. We've got us a great game tonight, a 1-point game. It could be a larger lead for Conway, but they've got a 1-point lead right there.
Yeah, you're right, Jeff. It could easily be 21-6 instead of 14-13. Passing game has been exceptional tonight. Conway has come out, and especially on that last drive, that 2-minute or 91-second warning that they had there. But 154 yards passing for Conway, split between Rhea and Johnson. Both have been in and had attempts. Rhea's seen most of the attempts. He's 11 of 16 for 143 and the one touchdown to Tufu. Ground game has been a little anemic, much like it was a year ago in week 1. There's been 16 rushes for 28 yards. Giovanni Johnson leading the way there with 6 carries for 22 yards and the 1 score. So he's out-rushing Michael George, who has only had 19 yards on 5 carries.
You mentioned a year ago it was rough. It was 15 rushes for 27 yards a year ago in the entire game.
So we're better.
Basically what we did, in the first half here. Let's take a look at the scoring summary also, if you don't mind. The Wampus Cats got on the board first. A Giovanni Johnson touchdown run. He got in from a yard out. He scored, and the Cats led 7-0 following Jordan Wick's extra point. It was a 20-yard pass from Lane Hutchins to Jaden Cornelius. The 2-point conversion failed, and the Cats led 7-6. Then Garrett Vaughn got in. The extra point was good to make it 13-7. But then that led to what was a very quick, very good drive for the Wampus Cats. They went 6 plays, 80 yards, and like I said, about a minute, and got into the end zone. The Nick Tufu catch of the Andrew Rhea pass, the extra point making it 14-13, where we are right now.
Well, it was an interesting drive, and we talked about it before it started, that this 2-quarterback thing doesn't really work when you're in a hurry-up offense, because there's just not enough time to get the plays in and switch out. But I tell you, the real star of the first half, Nick Richmond, you called it.
Wow.
8 receptions for 87 yards. He has pretty much caught everything thrown his way tonight.
Now, admittedly, I didn't stay for the entire stakeout. As I was leaving.
Don't backplay.
No, but I want to say really quick. Jesse Wimberly, who, if you're around Conway Sports, you know who he is. As I'm walking out, he was like, "Whoa, it's not over yet." And I was like, "Man, I get to leave early from 1 game a year. This is the one chance I get to actually beat the crowd home." And so I left. So I didn't see all of it, but Nick Richmond stood out to me that night, and I just remember thinking, there's something about this kid. And I'm glad for the first half he's had. He's definitely proven it tonight.
Got a former Conway Lady Cat in the crowd tonight.
Oh, okay. Yeah, absolutely. I'm sorry, I couldn't tell where you were pointing. Haley Estes down there in front of us. Wanted to tell you about this that's going on with the Wampus Cats, or with all Wampus Cats students. It's a contest that we've got going on. It's the Conway Court poster, essay, and video contest. So students, I'm talking to you. If you are a student up through the 4th grade, so pre-K through 4th grade, we're having a poster contest. And then 5th through 12th grade, if you're a writer, we've got an essay contest. If you fancy yourself a filmmaker, we've got a video contest. It's new this year. Really excited about this. And what we're asking is for your students, you talk to them about this. How does Conway Corp power their life? What are things that Conway Corp provides? And if you don't know, well, it's the electricity. Maybe it's the cable system you're watching the Wampus Cats at home right now on. Maybe it's the water that you use to get clean or to wash your car. Maybe it's the electricity that powers their game system. What is it that Conway Corp has that powers their life? We had some really creative entries last year, and with this video element, I can see some really cool things that some talented kids are going to make. So we're excited about this. For the younger kids, there's a pizza party you can win, prizes for the winning classroom. For 5th through 12th grade, it's cash. So if your kids always ask you, can I mow the grass so I can get a little cash? Yes, but also have them write an essay, have them make a video, and get those things into us. All the official rules and the contest entry form is at conwaycorp.com. Got a couple more weeks to get those in. We'd love for you to be a part of that with us at conwaycorp.com. All right, Cats lead 14-13. Let's take a 60-second timeout as both teams are making their way back onto the field to get stretched, and then we will have the third quarter coming up on Conway Corp Channel 5.
Your life is about to change forever, and Conway Regional will be with you every step of the way. We're committed to being the best. That's why our OBGYNs won't deliver anywhere else. Your newborn will benefit from our groundbreaking nursery alliance with Arkansas Children's Hospital. And as you adapt to the new world that's in front of you, know that everyone at Conway Regional is all on the same team. Yours. One team, one promise, Conway Regional.
Since 1902, Odd Insurance has been protecting what's important to you, featuring Auto Owners Insurance. Auto Owners is ranked among the Fortune 500 14 years in a row.
We were victims of the tornadoes of both 2011 and 2014. Our Odd Insurance agents worked really hard to make sure we were fully compensated for our losses.
You ought to call us today. That's Odd Insurance in downtown Conway.
I'm Brad Teague, Athletic Director at the University of Central Arkansas. I'm here with Bruce, Sugar, and Carson Prince, spokeskid for the United Way of Central Arkansas. And we want to invite you out on Saturday, September 16th to the football practice field at UCA from 2 to 6 p.m. to celebrate the 60th birthday party of the United Way. After the party, come on over to the football field for our 7 p.m. kickoff with Southeastern Louisiana.
This is your United Way. Come out and celebrate with us.
Wampus Cats back on the field. They're getting stretched out. Jeff and Levi with you. Start of another season of Wampus Cat football. Want to remind you, if you're watching tonight live, we obviously do these games live on the road and then tape delayed, whether they're on Channel 5, 585, local video on demand. You can go to conwaycorp.com/WC to go. We've really tried to make an effort to not hide the games from you. We do these the road games live, but all of our games, you should be able to find them if you look hard enough. And if you're watching tonight live, we would love for you to let us know. You said you just got another message on Facebook, on 5 Sports Facebook page.
Yeah, Anna Kennedy watching the game tonight on Channel 585.
Thank you very much.
HD package
oh,
going
yeah,
on.
that's fancy in HD. It's glad to be able to do that. Last year we started doing that. But it's on Channel 5, Conway Corp Channel 5. The 17 years we've done the games for the Wampus Cats. And then on HD, Channel 585, and online, conwaycorp.com/WC2go.
Hannah Ferguson watching from Gulf Shores. I wish
I
was at Gulf Shores, but
nice, checking in from Gulf Shores. That's the other thing. Let us know where you're watching from tonight. If you can beat Gulf Shores, then that would be something. I don't know if you could actually beat Gulf Shores, but maybe you can. It's a 1-point lead, Conway over Springdale, 14-13.
Let me tell you what this trickster Scott Taylor did.
The stats guy?
Yeah, the stats guy's got a new stats program tonight, working on an iPad, not tied down to that ancient laptop anymore.
That's right.
I guess that freedom has given him an even more spicy personality than normal.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Zach Friedel's mom came up during halftime, and he told her that he had him down for 0 tackles.
Really?
Which is not true, because he's got 4. He's leading the way tonight for the Wampus Cats.
But he told her 0.
Yeah, she said, well, that would be a big fat lie.
Wow. Well, we want to serve the customer. That's what we want to do. Friedels are good people. Jordan Wicks is good people. He's going to kick the ball off. That was almost a mess. Matt Lloyd slows him down. Ricky Fuller, ball loose at the 20-yard line, and it looks like Springdale's going to come up with it. So Springdale's got the ball, 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line.
Second time tonight that the Wampus Cats have forced the football onto the turf. They're 1 for 2 on recoveries.
Von Lacey coming up with it. So that's Zach Friedel we're just talking about. He is the nose guard. In the middle of this odd-numbered front, Coach talked about that during the pregame show, how important that role is, and Zach has stepped into it and filled it very, very well. Kane Aaron and Jordan Doby next to him. Got Darnell Washington in the game at the corner. Will Kennedy, he and Roman Aaron are your safeties. Tyler Banks to the far side as the other corner. Hand off to Garrett Vaughn. He gets into the secondary and is brought down at the 26-yard line. Jackson Freeman, along with Logan White, Garrett Fusilier, and Matt Lloyd are your starters at linebacker for the Wampus Cats. Speaking of Matt Lloyd, just hearing from a grandparent. We'll tell you more about that in just a moment. K'Mon Robinson makes the catch at the 36-yard line and brought down. It'll be enough for a first down as Hutchins hits Robinson. Judy Braswell Paul checking in, letting us know that they're watching from Pensacola, Florida tonight. Matthew Lloyd, as she calls him, is our grandson. Love seeing the game. We're glad to do that for you. Ms. Paul, thank you for letting us know that you are checking in tonight from Pensacola, Florida. Yeah, we're huge on the Gulf Coast.
I know, and I don't know how much more I want to hear about that, to be,
you need
candid
to
with you.
Be happy for people. Garrett Vaughn with the handoff and room to run. Vaughn, past midfield, knocked out of bounds, and flag comes in. And I can tell you, everybody that's wearing blue just stood up and is acting like, well, wait, that happened with the guys that are red in the first half, and there was no penalty. But it's going to be a penalty here, and Levi, that has been the story tonight.
It has been, and the most frustrating part of that particular play was that it was unnecessary. I mean, he really just ran into him. He was trying to slow down, but you just
playing at that speed.
You just can't let that stuff happen when you're out of bounds, even if it's, incidental like that was.
Down to the 22-yard line. It's first down for the Bulldogs, trailing by a point. Your Wampus Cats on top, 14-13. 10:46 to play in the third quarter, just underway in the second half. Pass is complete. And that is a new quarterback that's in. That's Will Mueller, who stepped in for Lane Hutchins and throws the ball over the middle, and it is complete. And following another penalty, 15 extra yards. And the Bulldogs, they are taking advantage of the opportunities the Cats are giving them.
Yeah, and as good as this Wampus Cat defense has been tonight, that is twice tonight that pass right down the seam has been open. And we're going to have to shore some things up in the middle.
Baroza on to attempt the extra point. And it is blocked. Will Kennedy got through there and got the block. 10 minutes and 40 seconds to play in the third quarter. Springdale 19, Conway 14. 30 seconds and we're back on Conway Corp Channel 5.
Looking to make your truck stand out from the rest? US Truck offers a variety of accessories to fit your needs. Tonneau covers, camper shells, toolboxes, bed liners, Nerf bars and running boards, trailer hitches, lift kits, and much, much more. We offer top quality products at a fair price with installation available. Oh, and ask about our military and senior discounts. US Truck Accessories, 1335 East Oak Street in Conway. Work hard, play hard.
19-14, Springdale has the lead over the Wampus Cats. Season opener tonight. Glad to be in Springdale. First time that the Cats have played at Gerald Williams Bulldog Stadium. Gerald Williams, a legendary coach in Northwest Arkansas. His coach's team, been a few years that hasn't been the coach here, but his name has been on the stadium for a while. 5-point lead for Springdale. Kick goes over the head of Brendan Clark, and it'll come out following the touchback. 19-14, 5-point lead. More folks checking in that are watching, Levi.
Yeah, Emma Freeman watching from Jonesboro tonight, cheering on Jackson Freeman and the rest of the Cats.
Nice from Jonesboro. That's who the Wampus Cats play next week.
Yeah, so maybe she'll be coming on down next week.
Possibly.
Or I guess that's coming on up and over.
From where we are, yeah, down. Andrew Rhea, who had a really good first half, had a really good end to the first half. Going to begin the second half for the Wampus Cats with Michael George behind him. The offensive line has done a nice job pass protecting tonight. That's incomplete. One hops to Nick Richmond.
He almost pulled it off.
He did. If anybody could, it'd be him, right?
He tried to sell it. I thought he was going to get away with it there for a second.
Second down and 10. This offensive line has done a nice job pass protecting, giving both Andrew Rhea and Giovanni Johnson some space there, but they have not had a lot of chances to run block. It's not getting anything going on the ground.
Yeah, and they really struggled. Well, I mean, we've talked about it all night, but they really struggled with that a year ago against this Springdale defense.
Rhea throwing over the middle. About 4 yards beyond Nick Richmond and about 7 yards beyond Joe Thomas. 3rd down and 10.
And that's kind of been the theme a little bit tonight is, you know, pass play, and then you're getting into this 3rd and long where you really don't have a chance to get the ground game going.
So definitely throwing down again here, 3rd and 10. Rhea looks to throw. Catch is made by Will Kennedy. He stays on his feet. It took 3 Bulldogs to throw him down out of bounds. They still didn't actually throw him down. They just pushed him out of bounds. All in the middle of the Wampus Cat bench in the out of bounds area.
These Conway fans are sick of it.
we had 2. There were 2 Springdale fans that were watching the game over here in the first half. They apparently have been relocated.
That's probably for the best. I mean, you can get away with it in the first half. Second half, not the time.
1st and 10, Rhea with a good pass to Will Kennedy and Michael George. Michael George, great run. He is into the secondary and brought down. Sebastian Barrasco makes the stop. Good to see Michael George get going. Coach told us that Michael George got into the weight room in the offseason and just got big, and you can see he looks great out there. 5'9", 197-pound senior, and we know he can go. Flag on the play, 5 more yards. This is what happened the last time. When the Cats get rolling, they've had some really good success offensively. They've shot themselves in the foot too many times. That'll be 5 yards there, 1st and 5.
I want to go back to that last play, the run from Michael George. Give some credit to Hansberry and Clay on the
Nice,
line, doing a great job double teaming Nichols and sealing him off on the right side, just freeing up that opportunity for George to just get a full head of steam over on the left.
Split running backs next to Andrew Rhea. We haven't called Isaiah Nichols' name much lately, number 93, the Razorback commit. Rhea in trouble, gets pushed out of bounds. Pushed out of bounds by Trey Tolbert. And it will be 2nd down. Ball at the 38-yard line, directly in front of where we're set up here.
Live in the stands.
Live in the stands with the crowd mic and everything, bringing you the action to the Gulf Coast, all the way to the coast of Conway. 9:39 to play in the 3rd quarter, 19-14. Springdale has the lead. Handoff to Brennan Clark. Boy, that was a shifty little move by Clark. Flag comes in. The back judge calls. It looks like it may be a face mask. Brennan Clark with a fantastic run.
Yeah, great recognition from Clark there as he got that delayed handoff in the backfield, and he could see him coming on the edge, cuts it back inside, and breaks off for a nice little run. And gets a little bit of extracurricular activity at the end of the play.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Wampus Cats. Mark off some more yards. 9 minutes and 31 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter. Nate Turner and Thomas Cloyd, number 75 and 70, those big seniors that anchor the outside of the offensive line. Keandre Clay and Lance Rogers next to him. LJ Hansberry, he's our center. Chris Anderson getting a lot of snaps tonight, number 5 at the tight end position. George, Michael George spins to the 16-yard line. It will be 2nd down.
Short yardage gain there for George, but those were some tough yards by him. He's so strong. that it takes a lot to bring him down, even if it's just for 3 yards.
Number 30 there, you can just tell he looks good, big legs, strong legs, and fast, 4.5 speed for Michael George. Cats trail by 5. 8.5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Rhea looking for Thomas, and he bounces it into the student section over there, across from us, and it will be 3rd down and 7. Looking for Joe Thomas.
One thing you've noticed here in the second half, no Giovanni Johnson. It's been...
Yeah, that's true, all Rhea so far. Johnson did come up hobbled at one point in the first half. I don't know if that has anything to do with it or not, or it may just be the hot hand from Rhea. It's probably more likely that. 3rd down and 7. Reverse. Will McKenna will throw. Pass was intended for Joe Thomas, and it didn't work that time, so it's 4th down. And we'll see Jordan Wicks attempt a field goal for the first time this year. Wicks is the senior kicker, coming back to football, first time in a while. He's a great baseball player, left-handed pitcher, plays first base, hits the ball well, and he'll play at the collegiate level. Committed to play Big 12 baseball for Kansas State. Remember Casey Ford a few years ago for Bentonville, their quarterback. He plays baseball at Kansas State. 33-yard field goal attempt. Boy, plenty of distance, and it is good. How about Jordan Wicks? 33-yard field goal makes it a 19-17 game. 2-point lead now for Springdale. We'll take a 30-second break and come back on Conway Corp Channel 5.
Fitness is about so much more than exercise. It's a catalyst for positive change, and it affects every aspect of your life. Conway Regional Health and Fitness Center is your source for comprehensive medical-based health and fitness programs. Dedicated to improving the wellness of those within our community, we offer something for everyone in the family. Conway Regional Health and Fitness Center, over 20 years of health and wellness in our community.
Jordan Wicks to kick off following the 33-yard field goal that he just knocked in. And it's a 2-point game. Cats cut it to 1 possession.
How big is that failed 2-point conversion and then the blocked PAT now?
Right. Yeah, those 3 points. Eight minutes, 18 seconds to play. Third quarter from Springdale tonight. Kickoff is taken at the 5-yard line. Good return out to the 29. Good stop made by Cole Hoover. The one thing about sitting in the stands, whenever you broadcast these games, is that you have got an entire section of spotters. Like I didn't have to look up to know who made that tackle because I could hear, here you go, Cole Hoover.
Well, what we really love, too, is you can see all these parents and family wearing shirts that have the name of their player on the back.
Yes.
So, you know, if you see one of them get really excited, you know it was probably them.
That they did something good, right. 8:12 to go, third quarter. Cats on top, or excuse me, Cats trailing by 2, 19-17. That's Garrett Vaughn. A 10-yard gain. They've gone back to Lane Hutchins now. They went to Will Mueller on that last drive, and he threw the touchdown pass. But their senior quarterback, Lane Hutchins, back in.
Vaughn quietly having a nice little second half here. He's rushed for more than 20 yards here in the second half.
Hutchins. Ooh, what a hit. Darnell Washington. Big, big hit on Totten. Watch this.
Yeah, that's where you see that Friday night experience showing out here with these instincts.
And I need to give Jackson Freeman credit for that. My apologies. Where the camera was that you just saw that is about 20 yards to our right. The play happened right in front of us, and the hit actually occurred in front of some of the other players.
So you better give Jackson Freeman credit because Emma Freeman is watching.
Well, and I think I heard Darnell Washington's mama may be watching too. So tip ball, picked off. Either it's Matt Lloyd. Matt Lloyd with the tip. And who got the pick? The third one tonight.
Logan White.
Logan White. Look at that. Great play by the Wampus Cat defense.
You can tell because his mama's right here losing her mind.
You can hear her on the crowd mic.
Yeah, you can.
Flag on the play. Personal foul called against the Bulldogs. That's going to be some more yardage for the Wampus Cats. That is what, the third tip ball we've seen tonight? That one resulted in an interception by Logan White.
Yeah, I think it was the fourth, and you just knew eventually something was going to happen. These linebackers, and I think that time it was a defensive lineman getting his hand on the ball.
It was Matt Lloyd. Yeah, Matt got through and actually tipped it, and he was off to the side coming off the edge, and then Matt got his hand on it, frisbeeing up in the air. Logan White made the catch. And it's Andrew Rhea and Brennan Clark in the backfield. Nick Richmond, one-on-one coverage to the near side. On the ground, that's Clark. Down to the 21-yard line. Clark's 5'8", 185-pound senior. And now we see Giovanni Johnson back in for the first time in the second half. What I like about Clark is that he's just a little bit smaller, a little bit lower profile, and when he runs low, and he can really get through there. We've only seen that a couple of times tonight.
Can hide a little bit.
Nick Tufu's in, two tight end set with Chris Anderson. Giovanni Johnson, quick throw, and it was almost picked off. He thought that was going to be a different play.
Yeah, miscommunication there. I don't know if it was on the receivers or on Johnson, but definitely thought he was going to run out.
And we've got an injured Bulldog on the field there. You see them tending to him. I think that's Harrison Vasquez cramping up a little bit. Zach Clarkson come out and check on him. While they are doing that, we want to remind you about our Wampus Cats to Go watch party. We're going to take a break. Now they're going to take a break here, so we'll take one with them while they check on him. He's cramping up. Boy, those aren't fun, are they?
No.
I mean, there's not enough bananas in the world, not enough pickle juice to drink right now. We'll take a break while they get him some hydration. We'll come back in 30 seconds on Conway Corp Channel 5.
My husband and I are clients of Mr. Jim Counts at Legacy Fencing. He presented us with several options in design, materials, and pricing, and we chose the option that was best for our budget and our project. Very rarely do quality, affordability, durability, service, and beauty come in one package, but that's just what we got at Legacy Fencing.
Legacy Fencing, it's fencing for a lifetime.
Young man able to run off under his own power. That's good to see. Wampus Cats gather around the coaches there as the timeout coming to an end. Wanted to tell you about our watch party. Want to remind you about this again. If you're watching right now, if you're in Florida, it's going to be tough for us to get dinner to you.
Yeah.
But if you're in Conway watching the game, then go to conwaycorp.com/WC to go, and there's a link there for the watch party. What we're going to do is when we're on the road playing Fort Smith Northside, we're going to cater a party at your place. We've got Wampus Cat to Go prize pack. We've got some food we're going to bring over. It's going to be a great night. But go to our website, conwaycorp.com/WC to go. Go to the watch party tab. Get entered. You can do that right now. That would be very cool of you to do. Andrew Rhea looks to throw. Pass is complete to Chris Anderson. Loose ball. It's still loose, and the way the Bulldogs are reacting, they came up with it. First throw of the night to Chris Anderson. He caught it, but wasn't able to hold on to it.
The question here is, did he have possession?
And that's what Coach Ashcraft is actually saying, is that it's incomplete.
That's a tough call.
Nick Richmond is saying that we recovered it.
Well.
And I'm going to believe Nick Richmond.
Well, I guess we did recover
And
it.
we did. Okay, so it was a catch.
It's better than an incomplete pass.
That's correct.
Whew. Dodging some bullets tonight.
So 1st and 10 for the Wampus Cats. 6.5 minutes to play in quarter number 3. Cats trail by 2. Will McKenna will go to the far right side. Joe Thomas and Nick Richmond to the near side. And Brennan Clark is directly behind Andrew Rhea. First down and 10. Clark. Between the guards. It will be second down. Again, thank you for watching tonight. It means the world to us. Good to hear from you. You can tweet at us at 5 Sports Live. Give us a follow and let us know that you're watching tonight and where you're watching tonight. Or on Facebook, find us at 5 Sports and let us know.
Like our friend Kimberly Robb. She's not watching from the beach, from Conway. but
watching in Conway.
That's okay.
Second down. Rhea. Pressured and sacked. Big loss on the play. Dropped back at the 32-yard line. It was Jace Carey who got back there and was able to drop him, so it's going to be third and a whole bunch for the Wampus Cats. Tackle made at the 32-yard line.
Yeah, just a tough mental mistake there from Rhea. When you see the pressure coming up at you, right directly at you in front, I mean, sometimes you just got to take that sack much earlier than trying to get away from that pursuit.
Third down, 27. See what Brian Rainey dials up here. Third and 27. Rhea stands up tall and throws. Joe Thomas makes the catch and dives forward to get a couple of more yards. The clock will continue to run, and it's fourth down. Be a 40-plus yard field goal attempt. Jordan Wicks showed that he's got the leg for it. Put the ball down at the 27-yard line, and it will be a field goal attempt. Jordan successful on a 33-yard attempt from this side of the field earlier. And this time, McEwen will put the ball down at the 34-yard line. So a 44-yard field goal attempt for the senior Jordan Wicks. Good snap, good hold. Kick has got the distance, but it curves a little bit there at the end. A little bit of hook to it, and it is no good, and the Bulldogs will take over. Boy, that sack, that was the difference on that drive.
Yeah, and like we said, these are things that you work out during the non-conference schedule, things that you learn as you go. You make mistakes here when the games don't matter quite as much.
3 minutes and 56 seconds to play in the third quarter. These two teams have played each of the last 2 years. Conway blew out Springdale 42-7 in the playoffs in 2015. And it was the season opener a year ago, 2016, when Springdale won 37-30 down at our place. Looking to give them a little bit of taste of that tonight. Hutchins, pressured and throws. Catch is made. Roman Aaron makes the stop. Big throw and catch to Alex Thompson. Hutchins took an enormous hit. Give him credit, he completed the pass. All the way out to the 45-yard line.
That's the third time tonight where we've seen that Conway defense a little soft right down the seam.
These Bulldogs have got some talented skill players, without question. First down and 10. 3.5 to play in the third quarter. Looking for Thompson again. It's incomplete that time. On the blitz there was Matt Lloyd. I know Matt was listed second on the depth chart, but Blake Walter tweaked an ankle and couldn't start tonight. But boy, Matt has played a fantastic game. Kane Aaron is in. Corlin McKinney out. Second down and 10. 3 wideouts. Garrett Vaughn set up behind Lane Hutchins. Cornelius in motion. And Vaughn will follow him that way. Jackson Freeman pushes him out of bounds at the 40-yard line. It will be third down and long. This is a big, big play for this Wampus Cat defense, Levi. They have let too many third downs be converted. Need to play some smart football here and some disciplined football here.
Yeah, and just it hasn't just been Springdale converting them, like you alluded to. It's been penalties as well.
Yes. 3rd down and 6. Hutchins throwing over the middle into double coverage, and a flag comes in.
It is that's something, Jeff. I mean, we've seen way more contact going against Conway receivers tonight, and just absolutely no calls in the secondary. It just really countered the way this game has been played to this point. And it's a huge penalty.
So following the pass interference penalty, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Ball at the 25-yard line. Vaughn. Brought down after a couple of yards. It's 2nd down.
And after a relatively short second half for this Conway defense, they weren't on the field all that much. They've seen a lot of action here in the 3rd quarter.
They have indeed, yes. We've got 2 minutes and 45 seconds to play in this 3rd quarter. The Bulldogs leading your Wampus Cats by 2, 19-17. Vaughn brought down by Fusilier, and there's a flag that comes in. Play till the whistle blows. Call is going to be against the Bulldogs, so back them up just a little bit.
Great job there by Fusilier as that lane opened up for Springdale, and he just closed in quickly.
Two and a half minutes to play. We're in the stands tonight. Great to be amongst the people, Levi. Love to be around our Conway folks. (19-17). Bulldogs lead. 2:17 to play in the 3rd quarter. 2nd and 17. Hutchins throws. It's intercepted. Great return following the pick. Tackled out of bounds on the Springdale side. And there is an injury over there as Will Kennedy has turned and is waving for the officials to come. I believe that's Roman Aaron that got it. Is it number 10? Roman Aaron with the interception, and then they are calling for him for medical attention. Kane Aaron there, number 99, coming off the field. So an injury on the tackle over there, out of bounds, but no flag on the interception in return, even though there was obviously a big tackle made out of bounds.
It's always a dangerous place to get tackled on the sidelines, around the benches.
Just not much room over there.
Yeah, I never know. It's usually kind of a slippery area to begin with. I want to give credit to this Conway defense tonight. 2 takeaways. That was an area that Conway really struggled last year. I mean, it was late in the season before Conway kind of turned around the turnover margin.
Both teams are back on the field, but clearly they're not any closer to playing football here for just a second. Zach Clark telling his guys to get back over here. Wampus Cats being told the same. They're going to take just a second longer here to check on who I believe is Roman Aaron. Yeah, he's sitting up. That's 10, right?
It looks like it. My vision is
good
equally
as mine.
as poor as you.
Oh, thank you. That's a delicate way to put that.
Yeah, it's 10.
Yeah, it's Roman Aaron. Roman got the interception and then took a big head out of bounds, but getting up and going to be helped over to our side. Coach Ashcraft there, and Not sure who those folks are.
Great takeaway for him, and again, this was an area this defense really struggled in last year. Didn't force a lot of turnovers really until about the second half of the season, and the offense turned the ball over quite a bit in the first half of the season. It made for an ugly recipe in that 0-5.
That's right.
Start.
All part of it. Good to see Roman Aaron walking over there. 5'11", 159-pound junior. Gets a big hug. All right, now after all of that, the good news is we got the football. 2:06 to play in the third quarter. Cats have it 1st and 10, and Giovanni Johnson will get first crack at it here. 2 tight end set. Giovanni will run, and will he run to the 50-yard line? Nice run, 2nd down.
Really is kind of a pick your poison situation with these quarterbacks.
Nick Richmond and Joe Thomas to the top. Get Will McKenna here on the near side. Nick Tufu caught a touchdown pass earlier. He's in the game. Snap to Johnson, and he'll run. Giovanni. Smooth out to the 42-yard line. He's brought down in Springdale territory, and Andrew Rhea will come on in his place. 1st and 10, Wampus Cats.
What's that cliche saying?
Which one?
If you have 2 quarterbacks, you have
you have no quarterbacks? Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. I think in this case we might actually have 2 quarterbacks. I know this. It's a good problem to have.
Yes.
Because there's a lot of teams that would like to have either of them. And through the first 3 quarters, we've seen a lot of potential from both. Hand off to Michael George. Michael will spin and be brought down at the 39-yard line. 5-yard gain, 2nd down and 5.
And I know it's simplistic to say, but they really have done a great job tonight of running away from Nichols. I mean, when he's lined up on the left, they've been going to the right, and vice versa. You saw it there. Even he lines up on the left side for the Conway offense, and they design a run over to the right and gain some good yardage.
He's over to the left now, so the Wampus Cats to run away from him would come to the near side. Instead, it's a quick pass to the far side. And the pass is intended for Will McKenna, and it is incomplete. So now 3rd down and 6 upcoming. Hernandez on the coverage for Springdale. Rhea back in, 3rd down and 6. Michael George with him. Nick Richmond, single coverage. And there's nobody on Joe Thomas. Now they got somebody on him. 3rd down and 6. Rhea throws, looking for Joe Thomas. Incomplete. And it is going to be 4th down.
Another interesting position for the Wampus Cats. They're kind of in that no man's land that we've talked about. Looks like they are going to bring on the punt team.
They've used 2 punters tonight too. Both Garrett Fusilier and Will Kennedy have punted. And what's interesting about this setup, and it's not the second time they've done it, there's an up back on every punting situation. The player that's 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. That player for us is Giovanni Johnson. So a fake would be something that you could very easily see at some point, you would think. I mean, you have a quarterback who's the up guy. Won't be here. Try to play a field position game. It's just a little too good of a bounce. Touchback will bring the ball out for the Springdale Bulldogs. They lead by 2 with 6 seconds to play in the third quarter. Thank you for watching tonight. It means so much to us to know that you're out there. Love being able to do this for you, and think about the way that the evolution of Wampus Cat broadcasts have been for us since we started in 2001. Jim Files and I doing the games on Saturday mornings to tapes that were made the night before pretending that we didn't know what happened. And the games
What?
were played then later the next week on Channel 81 on Conway Corp Cable. It was a long time ago. Now we're broadcasting live all over the country, live on YouTube and live back to Conway on Channel 5 and 585 Conway Corp Cable.
I was thinking about that the other day. I mean, you're coming up on 20 years.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I am. Yeah, it is. I never imagined that would be the case, but you've got 17th season, and then so the freshman class this year. Those ninth graders, they'll be a part of my 20th year, Lord willing, and everybody at Conway Corp keeps me around. Pass is complete to Kamon Robinson. Big play receiver pushed out of bounds. That's going to end the third quarter. This team has got some explosive weapons that they have been able to utilize tonight. Robinson, Thompson, Vaughn, these guys can put some points on the board. Defense is held them to 19.
And they've been finding different ways to get them the ball.
Correct. All right, we go to the fourth quarter, 19-17. Springdale on top by 2. The fourth quarter is next. Let's take 60 seconds and come back on Conway Corp Channel 5.
At U.S. Truck Accessories, we've got everything you need to accessorize your ride. We carry a huge variety of truck accessories, including bed covers and camper shells painted to match your truck, starting at only $995. Plus, U.S. Truck Accessories is your trailer hitch headquarters. Whether you need a gooseneck hitch, fifth wheel, or receiver hitch, we've got you covered. We're also the area's newest Go-Light dealer. We offer quality products at competitive prices and installation on everything we sell. U.S. Truck Accessories, 1335 East Oak Street in Conway.
Steve's Auto Center is dedicated to getting your vehicle safely back on the road. From fender benders to a major collision, we offer the area's most advanced auto body repair services. With expert workmanship and the highest quality materials and paints available, we strive to exceed your expectations. And count on us for Central Arkansas's best towing and recovery services. We'll travel anywhere in the state at any time to rescue your equipment.
Come to Steve's Auto Center for all your automotive needs.
Fourth quarter about to begin. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. They will go from the right to the left. Been a close one, Levi, throughout. 2-point game right now.
Yeah, you're seeing that play out in the stats, too, is passing yards near even between the two teams. Conway with the 189, Springdale with 190. Rushing numbers very similar in the low 20s for both teams. It's been an interesting night, and Garrett Vaughn really coming on here in the second half. He's got 13 rushes for 68 yards and a touchdown. Most of that coming here in the second half.
Short gain on the pass to Kamon Robinson, 2nd down. 2nd and 5. Receiver stacked to the near side for Hutchins. Excuse me, that's Mueller back in. Mueller is hit, the ball is thrown, and it sure looked like it hit the ground. Kamon Robinson was sitting there, and neither official has said anything yet, so that's going to be a catch.
Wow.
Well, Mueller was hit hard just as he let the ball go, and it floated out to Robinson, who was sitting when he caught it, but I guess he got his hands under it. And it's 1st and 10 Springdale at the 40-yard line.
The other crazy stat for the night, penalties, and they've been huge for both teams. 6 so far for Conway, 50 yards, and then check out this number, 9 against Springdale, more than 100 yards.
Wow. Pass is complete from Mueller to Totten. Will Mueller, a 6'1", 190-pound junior. He shared time with Lane Hutchins last year, but Lane was the primary starter. Will Kennedy gets the stop. It's going to be 2nd down and 6. 2nd and 6 for Springdale. Mueller. Pass complete to Robinson. Kane Aaron helped slow him down. Brought down at the 34-yard line where it will be 3rd down. We say it a lot, but it's another big play.
Quite a bit of success here in the second half running these screen passes, as this Conway defense has been very aggressive tonight. They're kind of playing that against Conway here in the second half.
3rd down and 4. 10.5 to play in the game. Will Mueller, the backup quarterback, is in the game for the Bulldogs. He will hand the ball off. Garrett Vaughn is wrapped up by Logan White. Let's call him Logan Camp. That was last year's Logan. Logan White makes the stop, and it is 4th down. 4th and short. We'll see what Zach Clark wants to do. Big opportunity here for the Wampus Cat defense to make a stop and get the offense back on the field. Now here comes big Isaiah Nichols. Number 93, the defensive lineman who's going to play for the Razorbacks, will come in on occasion, be a part of this power formation. Everybody up. Camera's shaking because the stands are shaking. Hutchins will keep, and he will be dropped at the 39. Another great play. Matt Lloyd makes the stop, and what a night for Matt Lloyd. The senior back on the football field and making his presence known.
Making the camera shake, Matt Lloyd. Yeah, what a night for him. He has been flying, all these linebackers tonight, flying all over the field, making big plays, intercepting passes. It's just been a great night for this Conway defense.
Ball at the 36-yard line, 1st and 10, 9 minutes and 29 seconds to play. Cats trail by 2. Andrew Rhea will hand the ball off. Michael George still on his feet, to the 42-yard line. You won't see a more exciting 5-yard run.
That's a pretty accurate description of that play, Jeff. And we've talked about it all night. His strength is just unrivaled on this football field tonight. I mean, he's hit a good 3-4 yards in the backfield, and not just hit once. We're talking 3 times, and he still finds a way to turn it into a 5-yard gain.
19-17. Cats trail by 2. Under 9 minutes to go. 2nd down and 5. Give it to him again. Let him eat. 1st down for the Wampus Cats. Clock stops with 8:39 to go following the 1st down. Slade Smith off. Nick Tufu on. They're spending some time there at that H-back position, tight end. There's 4 guys that are rotating in and out of there, including Chris Anderson, who's seen a lot of action tonight. Rhea. The handoff to George. Michael George crosses midfield, brought down at the 47-yard line.
You hear the saying all the time about running backs who get stronger later in the game. I think that's certainly true for Michael George, but I got to say it's been true tonight about this offensive line. They, especially that last play, there were just huge gaping holes that they opened up.
Mason Hutchins, their best defender, not named Isaiah Nichols, made the stop. 2nd down and 4. Andrew Rhea sends Michael George behind him. Hand it off to him again. Stacked up at the line of scrimmage that time. It'll be 3rd down.
Big 3rd down here for Conway. Need to get at least a few yards here if they want to try and go for it on 4th down, as the clock starting to become an issue for Conway.
7 minutes to play in the game. 19-17. Cats trail by 2. Play clock down to 5. Pass complete to Nick Richmond. Nick will be pushed back, but we'll see where they whistle blew, so the play's dead. We'll see what kind of forward momentum they gave him, and they did. Boy, what a big play. Nick Richmond goes up and makes a catch on a pass that was a little bit high, brought it down and picked up the yardage necessary. What a play.
His 9th reception tonight puts him over 90 yards on the game. The junior coming up big for the Wampus Cats.
42-yard line, make it to 43. 1st down and 10 for the Cats. 6.5 minutes to play in the game. Conway trails by 2. Rhea hands off to Brendan Clark. Second down coming up.
And that's the thing to keep in mind for Conway is they don't have to get a touchdown here.
That's right.
All it takes is a field goal.
And they've shown tonight that Jordan Wicks has got a good leg. He missed the 43-yarder to the right, but it had plenty of distance and hit the 33-yarder very easily. Loss of 1 on the play, second down and 11. Wise made the stop. Rhea still in, so is Brendan Clark. Andrew looks to throw. Over the middle for Chris Anderson.
Oh, man.
Chris dove to make the catch, and when he hit the ground, the ball came loose.
That was almost an amazing catch. I mean, just watch this. Just in his fingertips. And he has the presence of mind to pull it into his chest.
Yep.
But then, like you said, hit the ground and couldn't secure it all the way through.
There is an injured Bulldog on the field, so while they tend to him, let's take 30 seconds. We'll come back in a moment to Springdale on Conway Corp Channel 5. The injured Bulldog making his way off the field. 19-17, Levi, 2-point game. It's been a fun one tonight.
Oh, yeah. Been a lot of fun, and I've just enjoyed the unknowns. You know,
Yeah.
I talked about that in the pregame, and you just never know really what you have until you start snapping the ball and see what happens. And so far what we've seen, Conway, pretty aggressive defense. And the offense still kind of finding itself, but great big play potential there as well.
Third down and 11. Rhea, lots of time to throw. Now we'll throw to Will McKenna. He was being pressured by Nichols, and he had to release him maybe just a step too soon. And it's incomplete, so it's fourth down and 11. And now Isaiah Nichols is dealing with a little bit of a cramp. He'll stretch it out and hop up.
So here's where things get a little interesting for Conway. 5:40 left in the game. You're trailing by 3. Ball spotted at the 44. Definitely out of field goal range.
Yeah, out of field goal
obviously.
range, yeah. And, the defense, obviously they've given up some big plays, but they've also had a few where they have definitely handled their business. And it looks like this will be a case where punting unit will come on, try to pin them deep. This is one of those times where I don't know how much you practice punting the ball out of bounds.
Yeah.
But, he's had some good punts. Both the punters have had some good punts, but they have hit and then kicked forward and rolled into the end zone. It's been a touchback. If you can pin them deep, help your chances a lot. 3 timeouts remain for both teams.
Well, and we've gotten so spoiled with having punters the last few seasons that if that's been their only job.
Right.
You bring in either one of these guys, their legs are tired at this point. They've been playing aggressive games on defense, talking about Will Kennedy and Garrett Fusilier, but
Will's going to get the nod here. Alex Thompson's back deep to receive. Fourth down and 11. High punt. There you go. There you go. Will Kennedy, great punt. Goes out of bounds. Just what we'd hoped for. Deep in Springdale's territory, and so 13-yard line. So the Bulldogs will have it first and 10 at the 13-yard line, but they got a long way to go. Cats looking to get the ball back, trailing by 2 with 5.5 to play.
And I think if you're Conway, this is where, you might be tempted to play it safe a little bit, You don't want to give up the big play, obviously. But I say it's time to turn on some crazy blitzes here. Let's try and force them into a mistake, pin back in their own territory. See if we can get this defense to put some points on the board.
All right, 5.5 to go. The Bulldogs will go back to their starting quarterback, Lane Hutchins. He will look to pass. Incomplete. His receiver slipped. It's K'Mon Robinson that fell, and now he is cramping up. These Bulldogs are dropping.
Yeah, not sure if this one's a cramp or
a little more of a knee.
Yeah, a little bit more of a knee, it looks like. You see, some incidental contact coming down the sideline. Well, maybe it is a cramp again.
Yeah, they're stretching him out. K'Mon Robinson, one of those big play threats.
Even in the cool September weather, we're seeing cramping becoming an issue.
Take a moment to thank Conway Regional Health and System again, and going over to the Conway Regional Health and Fitness Center on Thursdays to talk to Coach Ashcraft and shooting our preseason show at their facility, and just love our partnership with them, and thank them once again for making Wampus Cats to Go possible. Wampus Cats to Go is our product whenever we're on the road with the Cats, bringing you back the road games live on Friday nights. Love knowing so many folks are gathering around the computer or around the TV, however it might be, watching the game tonight, and thank you for that.
Yeah, a few others reaching out to us on Twitter.
All right.
Tom Nelson watching from CVCC Fitness Center.
Oh, nice.
Go Cats. Christina Lamp, thanks for bringing the Wampus Cats to me when I can't be there to support them. Go Cats.
Glad to do it. Glad to do it. Appreciate everybody letting us know. Again, the Twitter is at 5 Sports Live. If you want to use that, tweet at us at 5 Sports Live. And on Facebook, you can find us there as well at 5 Sports.
Oh, look at this old chestnut watching.
Well,
reaching out on Facebook.
Jim Files watching on YouTube. Thanks, Conway Corp. Good to hear from Jim Files. He sat next to me for many years doing this. 15 seasons Jim and I worked. All right. You and I have done 2. This is the start of our 17th season, so Jim and I did 15 years together.
Yeah, well, and then, he did 1 year where he did football, and then I came in for basketball.
Basketball, that's right.
So it's a little
I know.
A little different there. This is only my 2nd year
to do football,
but 3rd year of broadcasting overall. It's a weird thing. It's a whole deal.
Well, Jim's always part of the family. It's good to hear from Jim Files. Thank you for touching base with us tonight.
My favorite Jim story during the summer was he invited you to some event on a Friday night in September and asked if you were going to be busy. How quickly he forgot.
Yeah, that I a little tied up on Friday nights. 5:26 to go in the 4th quarter. It's 19-17. The Cats trailing by 2, and it has been an interesting night tonight. We've seen so many wrinkles, and you start thinking about, Levi, because you're showing your future opponents some things too. And so you're showing them both quarterbacks. You're showing them different just different looks offensively. Even different looks in special teams. It's always not the same guy. So there's just a lot going on with this game tonight and this team tonight, but there's also a lot of posturing, kind of positioning for the future as well. And so you wonder how much of that you see until we get to the games in conference. It'll be in just a couple of weeks.
Isaiah Nichols, we've been talking a lot about him tonight. Of course, big D1 prospect, going to play just down the road a little bit for the Razorbacks next fall. He's had 7.5 tackles tonight, but it has been the quietest 7.5 tackles you've ever seen. I mean, he really has not been much of an impact in the game.
Yeah, no, the Wampus Cats have done a great job, and you know where he is. I mean, there's going to be a player like that just about on every team. There may not be one that's going to play in the SEC, but there'll be a player like that on just about every team that really gets the focus of everything that the other team does. And I apologize that I've noticed now, obviously, with the way that the camera's set up there, that they were still tending to K'Mon Robinson, and we tend to not just go on and on whenever there's a young man that's injured and on the field. And so my apologies for that if we seemed insensitive to what they were doing for that young man. But it looks like they're going to be able to get him up and get him off the field. And so we're thankful for that. And
yeah, and this
nice from the crowd.
It's a big potential loss here for Springdale, as he's had 7 receptions for 112 yards tonight. A lot of it coming in the backfield on these little screen passes they've been doing.
So following a long delay there, let's reset everything. It's second down and 10 on the 13-yard line of the Bulldogs, and Springdale leads 19-17. Second down and 10 with 5:26 to play. Season opener for both teams, week 1 of the high school football season. Lane Hutchins at quarterback. Sends a receiver in motion. Jet sweep. And a nice run out to the 20-yard line. Garrett Vaughn. Going to be close to the 20. And it will be third down and short. Logan White made the stop. Third down and 3. 5 minutes to play in the game. Been saying it all night. Another big third down call here. See what Zach Clark dials up. This Wampus Cat defense has been flying around. What will they do? Third down and 3. Hutchins sends the receiver in motion. The snap. Handoff. Going to be close.
Yeah, it's going to be real close.
Officials putting up the fist, saying it's fourth down. So it's short of the first down marker. And it's going to be a punting situation. Big stop there by the Wampus Cat defense.
And what a vote of confidence for that defense from Coach Ashcraft, the way they've been playing tonight. You know, you're late in the game. You had a 4th and 11 chance to try and go for it with the offense trailing by 2. And Ashcraft says, no, I'm going to trust my defense to get a 3 and out.
Yep.
That's exactly what they did.
They did it. Barroso will punt. Flag comes in. Will Kennedy takes it on one hop. It's brought down at the 41-yard line. Now let's see what the flag is. The official back by Will Kennedy threw it. Vasquez makes the stop. Referee will look at the press box and they're going to, I'm sorry here, just a second. The flag that was in the secondary is actually going to be against the Wampus Cats and result in a first down for Springdale. No idea, and I apologize. We've got our headphones on, so I can't hear what the public address announcer just said. But some sort of call against the Wampus Cats, and so it's 1st and 10, Springdale. Wampus Cat coaches are not throwing much of a fit about this, so whatever it was must be legitimate. (19-17), 3.5 minutes to play in the game. And the Bulldogs retain possession here. Garrett Vaughn runs out over the 32-yard line.
Well, this Conway defense is going to have to do what it's been doing all night and get another stop.
Second down and 6. Nice cut back by Vaughn. Trying to strip the ball in there, and he holds on to it to the 45-yard line. Enough for a first down. It's 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. 2 minutes and 46 seconds to play.
As unfortunate as it's been all night, it has been a consistent theme as penalties have just continued to kill drives on both sides of the ball for Conway.
Hand off to Vaughn. Runs right into Zach Friedel. Zach stands him up. Pushes him back. It'll be second down. And I believe the first timeout will be used here by the Wampus Cats. They will to stop the clock. 2:14 to play, and the Cats trail by 2, and it's second down coming up for Springdale. Let's take 30 seconds, and we'll come back on Conway Corp Channel 5.
Hi, I'm Robin Dyer, and welcome to Burn. It's time to work out. This workout is going to be quick, something you can do at home for your busy lifestyle. Give me about half an hour, and I'm going to help you find your breathless edge. This is the workout that's going to be suited just for you. So come join me, and let's get fit together.
Two minutes and 14 seconds to play in the game. The Cats trail 19-17. It's 19-17. Following the timeout, the teams will make their way back out. The Cats have got 2 more timeouts left. And Lane Hutchins will come out with Garrett Vaughn. He has gotten the bulk of the carries here at the end. Zach Friedel, Kane Aaron, Jordan Doby, the 3 down linemen. Lane Hutchins at quarterback. We're going to stay on the ground. Stop made at the 47-yard line. It is third down. They will not use a timeout here, so the clock will run and get down to about a minute and a half to go before they have to snap it. It is third down and 8.
Yeah, Ashcraft wanting to hold on to 2 timeouts, thinking his offense is going to need them down the stretch.
Third down and 8. Play clock under 10. Zach Clark has got all 3 of his timeouts, so he's going to use 1 here before they'll snap the ball. Timeout called. Minute 33 to play in the game. Huge third down and 8 coming up. Let's take 30 seconds and we're back to Springdale on Conway Corp Channel 5.
Your life is about to change forever, and Conway Regional will be with you every step of the way. We're committed to being the best. That's why our OBGYNs won't deliver anywhere else. Your newborn will benefit from our groundbreaking nursery alliance with Arkansas Children's Hospital. And as you adapt to the new world that's in front of you, know that everyone at Conway Regional is all on the same team. Yours. One team, one promise, Conway Regional.
Minute 33 to play in the game, and just got an update. You know, in the big-time broadcasters, they've got an official in the booth with them, somebody they can go to that's going to explain everything. We have Brooks Smith. That's who we have. Brooks, great guy, known him for a long time, official, and or maybe former official. I do that every year. I think maybe he just watches us. Yeah, he'd be working, I guess, if he had a game tonight. Anyway, he's watching. The explanation on the punt was that we had too many guys on the field. Talk about a mental breakdown there. Too many guys on the field. That cost the Wampus Cats those 5 yards, and it's continued this drive. But the Cats have a chance here, third down and 8, to make the stop.
Well, and that's not just a breakdown on the players' part. I mean, that's all around.
All around. You're right. You're right. Hutchins waits for the snap. He will throw. Stands up and throws over the middle. It's incomplete, almost intercepted. But the incomplete pass at least stops the clock, which I guess change possession would also. So a minute 27 to go, and it's fourth down. The Cats are going to have the ball with 2 timeouts left.
Well, hey, the Cats were in this situation at the end of the first half and put 7 points on the board. So
almost exactly, time-wise.
Yeah, I think they had 91 seconds before. Here they've got 87 seconds.
All right, Barroso will punt. Good punt, taken by Kennedy inside the 5-yard line. He tried to pick it up and run with it. Best thing that happened there was he fell on it, because that was, I don't know if it was going to make it into the end zone or not, but
yeah,
Wampus Cats have it.
It's a tough situation if you're Will Kennedy, because you're running backwards. Just didn't, I mean, haven't seen a punt that deep all night, so you're not expecting it, and then you just get stuck in this, you know, no man's land of, well, now I kind of have to get it, but Yeah, like you said, probably wasn't going to get to the end zone.
Yeah. So Barossa with a great punt really pushed the Wampus Cats back. They're on their 6-yard line. Here we go. Minute 16 to play. Rhea looks and throws. Wants Joe Thomas. Got the catch, out of bounds. They're going to say it was still inbounds, but the clock will stop with the first down.
Since 1902, Odd Insurance has been protecting what
they will be 1st and 10. You can see a good job there by Joe Thomas making the catch, being thrown out of bounds. 1st and 10, Rhea. Stands up and throws, looking for Joe again. Got him. Great job by Joe Thomas. He was juggling it, pulled it into his chest just as he stepped out of bounds at the 34-yard line. Moved the chains again for the Wampus Cats. 1st and 10, 51 seconds to go. It's 19-17. Our scoreboard is off the screen right now. There it is, 19-17. 51 seconds to go. It's 1st and 10 for the Wampus Cats. Looking to come back and win this game. Trailing by 2 now. Under a minute to play. Rhea to Joe Thomas twice on this drive. Rhea steps up and will run. Andrew Rhea goes down at the 42-yard line. That will not be enough for a first down. It is 2nd down. 39 seconds. The clock continues to run. Choosing to not use a timeout here. 30 seconds to go. Rhea will throw. Isaiah Nichols steps up. Now they're going to have to use the timeout as Rhea's dropped at the 39-yard line with 21 seconds to play in the game.
Yeah, not using that timeout on the last play, really coming back to bite the Wampus Cats there as Nichols finally making his presence known.
And unable to get anything set there, and they're playing at a fast pace. But again, we are in the stands tonight, and there were about 500 or 600 Wampus Cats that stood up and called timeout here. Coach Ashcraft did not. His is the vote that counts. It's 3rd down and 5 following the sack. It was a year ago that the Wampus Cats had a crack at tying the game at the end of the game, an untimed down at the end. The pass was incomplete to Joe Thomas.
That was such a crazy game.
Yes. Joe having a good drive here at the end. See if they keep looking for 16. 21 seconds to play. It's 3rd down and 5. Rhea throws for Thomas. Makes the catch out of bounds. It's good for a first down. Again, the Cats just need 3. So if they can get down, they've got 1 timeout left. 16 seconds to play. Conway trails by 2. McKenna, Will Kennedy. We're going to bring Nick Richmond off the field and send Will Kennedy and Joe Thomas to the top. Will McKenna's to the near side. 16 seconds to play. Cats trail by 2. Rhea will throw the ball away, and it's going to be an intentional grounding. There was nobody out there for him to throw it to. Isaiah Nichols was getting to him quick. It'll be a loss of down. It'll be 2nd down. 12 seconds to play. Ball's back at the 35-yard line.
I'm pretty sure the clock's going to run.
12 seconds to go.
Guess not.
Cats still have the 1 timeout left. Timeout's going to be used now by the Bulldogs. They want to talk things over. The Cats have a miracle in them. We'll find out next. 30 seconds, and we're back on Conway Corp, Channel 5.
Since 1902, Odd Insurance has been protecting what's important to you, featuring Auto Owners Insurance. Auto Owners is ranked among the Fortune 500 14 years in a row.
We were victims of the tornadoes of both 2011 and 2014. Our odd insurance agents worked really hard to make sure we were fully compensated for our losses.
You ought to call us today. That's Odd Insurance in downtown Conway.
19-17, Springdale leads Conway with 12 seconds to play. It's second down and 23. Andrew Rhea bring the team back on the field here. Got Nick Richmond to the far side. Nick's had a huge game tonight. He's the far receiver, number 14. Rhea throws deep. It's tipped, and then it hits off of the fingertips and the helmet of Nick Richmond. And he saw that he had the shot at it. So close to that miracle that we talked about, Levi.
Man.
Ball was tipped, it was not knocked down, and it hit the helmet of Nick Richmond. 4 seconds to play. This will have to be it.
Yeah, at this point, there's not going to be enough time to get a playoff, get in field goal range,
right,
and call a timeout. So all or nothing right here.
4 seconds to play. Richmond. Rhea will look for him. Got to throw it. He unloads it for Will Kennedy. Tip ball, jump ball, that is intercepted. And that's how the game is going to come to an end. Final score tonight, 19-17. Springdale gets the win. They are 1-0. Wampus Cats fall to 0-1 in a heartbreaking loss. Let's take 60 seconds and we'll come back and wrap this one up on Conway Corp Channel 5.
Fitness is about so much more than exercise. It's a catalyst for positive change, and it affects every aspect of your life. Conway Regional Health and Fitness Center is your source for comprehensive medical-based health and fitness programs. Dedicated to improving the wellness of those within our community, we offer something for everyone in the family. Conway Regional Health and Fitness Center, over 20 years of health and wellness in our community.
Hi, my name is Ashley Mann, and I would like for you to join me on my show, Breathe Yoga, on Channel 5. Each episode will consist of a 30-minute yoga practice that will help you along your yoga journey, whether you are new to yoga or an advanced practitioner. So if you've always wanted to try yoga but didn't know where to begin, join me on Breathe Yoga, only on Channel 5.
Final score tonight, 19-17. Cats fall short tonight, Levi.
Yeah, Michael George leading rusher, 12 attempts, 57 yards. Andrew Rhea, 17 of 30 for 212 yards, 1 touchdown and 1 interception there at the end. But the real star to me tonight, besides this Conway defense, which was, at times really outstanding, and at other times just some bad mistakes and penalties.
Yeah.
But the star to me tonight, Nick Richmond, the junior wide receiver, 9 receptions, 92 yards. And really all these receivers had a pretty good game tonight. They were spreading the ball around.
Some things to work on.
Yeah.
Obviously, you don't lose a game and not know that there's some things to work on. But I think that they showed us some signs. We saw an idea of what we could see, some potential. It's an unusual display of experience of how you've got it, but like even with Zach Friedel, he's experienced, but not at nose guard. He played a great game. I thought Zach played a fantastic game. So you're seeing experience kind of show up in different ways, and with the way that the 2-quarterback system, how it worked tonight and how it might work in the future. Even a player like Will Kennedy on the field for 80% of the plays, however many it was. I mean, it's just there's just some experience in places that are unique, and so that's going to shake itself out. Sure, they're 0-1, and that's something they don't want to be, but there's a lot to take away from tonight too.
Yeah, Zach Friedel, 7 tackles tonight to lead the Wampus Cats. Your second leading tackler tonight, Logan White, with 5, and those linebackers were just insane tonight. And really, this game comes down to penalties at crucial moments.
Yes.
That just ultimately gave Springdale 2 scores that they shouldn't have had, and I mean that was the difference tonight.
Final score again, 19-17. Great job by our entire Channel 5 crew. We're breaking in some new guys tonight, working some cameras, and we appreciate them. And everybody down in the truck, another great job. It takes a lot of work on not only here on site, but also back in Conway to get these games on the air. And so we know we're the ones that you have to listen to, but just know there's a ton of people that put a lot of work in, and we're just glad to be a part of that with Conway Corp Channel 5. So for Scott, Stats, Taylor, and for Levi, and for our entire Channel 5 crew, I'm Jeff Matthews. We'll see you next week at home. Don't forget, a home game next Friday night against Jonesboro. Hope you'll come out and root these Wampus Cats on. And then back on the road in a couple more weeks, and we'll have a live broadcast for you for that road game. Thank you for watching tonight. Cats fall 19-17 on Conway Corp Channel 5. You just emailed it to me.